you to work with. 69. Saturday, a spot morning thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly sunny at 86. 65 on Saturday night. Sunday, sunny and perfect, 83. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
84 right now in St. Peter's, 85 in Florissant, and downtown at the Arch, it's 85. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door Summer Tune-Up. Plus, score a free repair or replacement quote and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM, KMOX. Happy Friday. Rach, that is probably the song that launched my musical career.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's off the Beatles' second album, depending on whether it's British or American. You really got to hold on me for people on the stream who can't hear it. And it's just like, it's such an old blues Motown feel, but it's the Beatles. And it just like got me. I mean, I'm like 7 years old when I heard it. It was just like, I want to do this.
Isn't it a Smokey Robinson song?
It is.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Beatles have covered other things
Oh,
that I can't recall.
yeah, for sure. Like their first couple albums, they covered, who's the guy that was in, Carl Perkins.
Oh.
One of his. They covered a lot of people. Yeah.
They always do a good job.
It's interesting. It's interesting how much of specifically the Beatles people track their like, yeah, I didn't really understand music could be like this.
Yeah.
And then I heard like Ticket to Ride, that guitar riff at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That was my at like age 8, my mom was like, yeah, I think you'd probably like the Beatles if you tried listening to them. And I was like, This isn't music. This is some sort of heavenly delivery. This isn't what music sounds like.
Well, you really can track rock and roll through the Beatles. And we talked about already how they're all rock and roll have their underpinnings with the blues, Mississippi Delta stuff. But the Beatles were at such a time where they started out very poppy, very 3-chord, 2.5-minute songs, very palatable. Everyone can, want to hold your hand, that she's so pretty, that kind of stuff. And then out of nowhere comes Rubber Soul, and then Revolver, and then Sgt. Pepper, and, songs like Tomorrow Never Knows. It's just a crazy thing that happened.
Kevin, was it like that for you the first time you heard Corpse Molester or whatever band?
I don't have one of those, like, moments where I'm like, yep, that's what hooked me, because I don't
like
ever
Metallica
remember
or Van Halen or anything.
Well, I mean, I do have it for them specifically. I don't have it for like music in general. Like I didn't hear a song and be like, oh wow, that's music. I mean, I had that moment when I was in kindergarten with Van Halen. My buddy Butch Junk.
Butch Junk.
Butchie,
come on now.
Whose real name was Leon, but he liked being called Butch. But he was a goofy kid, and he was like playing a prank on his older brother, and he turned his stereo all the way up, and it turned out it was Van Halen, and I heard it, and we were listening to it, and then we started listening to the whole record, and it was pretty great.
I'm an open and OnlyFans just to go by Butch Junk.
Please, Leon Junk was my father. Call me Butch Junk.
Dr. Junk.
So I got to give Butchie credit, man. He turned me on to Van Halen in kindergarten.
Yeah, I'm so thankful because, everyone who listens to the show knows the story. My dad brought home Meet the Beatles when I was 4 years old, and I had the mumps. Before that, it was just sort of random old people music in the house, that I never connected to.
Yeah. My dad had a lot of classic rock, right? Like my dad had like Deep Purple and Eric Clapton and those kind of things. So I heard a lot of that. Like, when he would listen, we always listened to the rock station in the car. So I heard a lot of Rolling Stones and things like that.
Yeah.
But it would have been whatever was big in the 70s and early 80s. It wouldn't have been the Beatles.
And isn't it interesting? I mean, obviously, I'm a few years older than you. But when I was born, there was no classic rock.
I know. Isn't that nuts?
It was just starting. What would become classic was just something that pissed off old people.
When did classic, like, Not oldies, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a different thing. When did classic, was it like the 80s? Because that's when the 60s rock bands would have been, quote, classic.
To me, classic rock is the 70s.
Right.
But that's probably because of my age.
Right.
Other people might go, no, it's the 80s.
Because in the 80s, classic rock probably would have been like the old Rolling Stones stuff. It would have been.
When I think classic rock, I think Keishi.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Keishi, the most I ever listened to Keishi in the 90s. And they were playing a lot of 70s, Zeppelin and ACDC. Oh, by the way, I'm going to ACDC.
Nice.
Nick was going out of town, but now he's not.
Look out.
It's a day, that kind of thing. So,
Look out. Hey, you want to go the next night too?
Oh, you going?
Yeah, well, no, Ben Boyd and Matt Pajeski and I, we're going to go see Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie if you want to go.
Boo, back-to-back nighters. That's something. And, it's funny because I was watching a Guns N' Roses. For some reason, my TikTok thinks I love Guns N' Roses. And
because you secretly do.
Well, I do love the band.
Yeah.
And this isn't because I'm a musician. Well, I guess it partially is. I can't listen to Axl try to sing. It's just painful. Like literally
now it's bad.
Painful.
Yeah.
I mean, at one time, he had one of the most amazing rock voices ever.
Did. Yeah.
Completely unique.
Yep.
To the point that he launched 1,000 careers of people just trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like expecting Ozzy to go out and do a backflip. With age, especially, like, my voice is still okay. One, because I talk every day.
Yeah, yep.
And two, because I don't sing every day.
Right.
But someone like that, you just roached it.
It's crazy because so many of the bands from that era specifically sound terrible now. The singers do. The band members are fine. Like, if you go see Guns N' Roses, Slash is still great.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell a difference from 30 years ago. He's great.
Well, they're probably better than they've ever been.
But it was the same thing with a lot of those hair bands and, the early rock and metal bands. But there are a few, though, that are fine. Like, you listen to Rob Halford right now, he hasn't lost a thing.
He's a freak.
And the same thing for a guy like Sebastian Bach. Now he's a little younger than Rob Halford, but I mean, like, there are certain guys. Ronnie James Dio never lost it, but again, he didn't. He died a little bit young. But like, there are people that can carry that. I think they have to be a unicorn, because I just think that it's really hard to do that level of, because they're singing with the false voice, right? You're singing higher than your talking voice, and it's probably a lot of strain, I would imagine. I can't imagine trying to do it just as a talker. I can't imagine it.
A lot of those guys, they're not singing falsetto. Like, I've just learned to sing falsetto because I've never done background vocals. Here's something really boring, but I've always been really intimidated by harmonies.
Yeah.
Like, I played in bands with guys who were just like, no, here's the three harmonies. I'm like, I don't know, it's alchemy. But now in the band, I'm doing that. When I play drums, I'm doing backing vocals, and I'm doing the high part with the falsetto. Like, Steve Perry is one of those guys who just has a compartment in his face.
Yeah.
Where his chest voice and his falsetto voice meet, and he can just do these crazy things.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And other people can fake him, but like he just it's like being born 6'10".
Yeah.
Well,
like,
you're going to
Freddie
be good
Mercury
at
kind of had
basketball.
the same idea, right? And it's not the same voice, but similar. Like, because of the structure of his face, and his head, he could do things that other people can't do.
And he famously never had any lessons.
Right.
He was just like, I just do what I do.
I can just do it.
Yeah. All right.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Okay. Well, we started out really good with music. I know we don't do a lot of politics on Fridays, but I just have to get this off my chest. Donald Trump needs to shut up, and so does every other lawmaker and every other past president about the debt. You're all liars. I hope to God that you know something that we don't, because it looks to us, at least me, like you guys are living your life exactly the way we're not supposed to.
Right.
Because if we were to live our life the way the federal government does, Aaron Rents and Sells would be coming to our houses and taking all of our television sets. We're not allowed to do that. And it's one thing to do it. It's another to think that we are so stupid, and maybe we are. Maybe the proof's in the pudding and we are just this stupid. Because I guarantee you, come the next big elections, they'll be out there like, look at the debt. It's $40 trillion and Biden this and Trump that. And it's this guy's fault. No, it's this guy's fault. Like, it's just gotten ridiculous. At least give us the respect of not treating us like complete idiots.
I don't know how long it's been, Dave, but I've never been since I've been on the show. Nobody actually cares about the debt. They only like it as a tool to campaign on.
Yeah.
Nobody ever does anything or cares to do anything about it. They don't want to. It doesn't. To them, it doesn't matter because by the time that bill comes due, they're all gone.
Yeah.
You know, part of the reason I get so frustrated with the fact that so many people in Congress, I'm talking federal level, federal Congress, presidency, part of the reason it frustrates me that we have so many people who are so old is they won't be around to pay this bill. You need people in there that might be thinking, oh, man, well, you know, I'm going to be around for the next 30 or 40 years. We should probably start taking care of some of these problems. But if you're a short timer, why are you worried about 30 years down the road?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a horribly unbalanced and illogical system, but it's not something that anybody really wants to fix.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a campaign issue that you can use to try to drive people to the polls. Because you could fix it. It's not unfixable.
No. It's been during my radio career that we've done this. Like the last 25, 26 years, we've done it consistently.
Wasn't it balanced in the 90s?
I think under Clinton it was balanced. Yeah.
So a long time ago,
Yeah.
we had it figured out. So what changed?
Yeah. Great question. Whatever did change, every one of them since then has done it.
Well, they all sing the song, right? They all talk the talk, but nobody walks the walk. Nobody wants to actually be the one that does anything about it because that means you've got to cut things.
Yeah.
And nobody in the Senate wants to cut things. Nobody in the House wants to cut things because it's going to mean losses in their district. And then they're going to get blamed for that. And we're going to get voted out. So what do? You just keep pushing it down the road because they want to keep their spot. And we're just like, sure, we'll keep voting for the same people all the time, even though nothing changes and gets better for us. Yeah, let's just keep doing that.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Let me tell you guys about Bethesda, and it would be wonderful if you never had to worry about Bethesda. It would just be great. If you're my age or a little older and you're living in your house and you're taking care of things and you're mowing the grass and you're doing all this stuff and you're happy as a clam, take the next 50 seconds off. But if you're tired of it, and you have a couple of nickels saved, and you like the idea of an independent living apartment somewhere beautiful like downtown Clayton or Kirkwood or Webster, north-south. We have 7 different buildings. I've seen them all. They're all gorgeous. And then the next step would be assisted living when you're fine. You don't need skilled nursing. You don't need someone checking on you, 10 times a day. But, you're a little worried about what if I fall? There's no one there to help me kind of thing. Then there's skilled nursing like my mom had at Bethesda Dilworth, and memory care and hospice. We have it all. I can offer you my friend Michelle. She's been an executive with Bethesda for 31 years. Of course, she hopes that you'll choose a Bethesda facility, but if not, she's not going to get up and walk out. She's going to tell you everything she knows. Simply go to BethesdaHealth.org, click the Contact Us button, let her know you're from the DGS. Maybe say you want to talk to Michelle, and she'll get back with you.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey guys, it's Glover with my friend Mike at Michael's Baths. So when someone comes into your home to talk about remodeling your bathroom, Wouldn't you rather talk to someone who's actually installed one? That's one of the cool things about Michael's Baths. Their experienced sales staff spent years as bathroom installers before moving into sales, so they understand the products, the installation, and what it takes to do the right job. They use premium products, provide professional installation, and their customers absolutely love the service. Call Michael's Baths at 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
The financial industry is getting rich on baby boomers. Don't be their next victim. Find out the truth of what's really going on in the retirement industry. Join Greg Ayler Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy Friday, 120. Rach, what's going on in Kentucky middle schools?
Okay, so parents are quite upset because they discovered that students at a Kentucky middle school were sent home with a learning packet that was completely generated by AI. And it's not just the fact that it was AI generated, it's the fact that there were tons of mistakes in the AI generated charts and things that were sent in this packet. For example, there was a map of North America and a bunch of states' names were misspelled. For example, Kentucky was mislabeled as Veneki.
And this was like an assignment, Rach?
This was like a, hey, you're going to take this home. This is part of your work. This is a part of your curriculum. Other states on the map, like Texas and Louisiana, were reimagined as Taxes and Lukong.
Maybe they're onto something.
Alabama was Alatomi.
Yeah, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
So, I mean, it's just pretty shameful.
Everybody at that school should be fired. Anybody who had anything to do with that should be fired.
Clearly,
Done.
no one
See
looked
you.
at it.
This is my point. Not only are you too lazy ass to do the work yourselves, which is what we're doing, getting mad at students for cheating, none of you did the work yourself, and nobody checks anything?
Yeah.
Fire them all. Everybody who had anything to do with that. Bye. See ya.
Crazy.
That's not, I mean, like, could you guys imagine your kid coming home with that from school? I would be like, immediately, my kid's not going to your school. I don't know where we're going to go, but we can't go there because you people are lazy idiots.
Rach, can you talk to us about this sort of journey you're on with this murder case you've been kind of checking out?
Yeah, Lindsay Clancy is on trial right now. They're trying to decide whether or not she was mentally sound enough to have committed murder or if she was in postpartum psychosis, which is extremely rare, by the way. Extremely rare. Postpartum depression is quite common.
Yeah.
Postpartum psychosis is like you've lost your mind. You're not yourself anymore. So Lindsay Clancy, I believe this was back in 2021 or 2022, had been struggling with her mental health. She'd been going to see a psychiatrist like via Zoom a lot. She had 3 kids, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old. And she was like getting ready to go back to work and stuff and experiencing a lot of stress, having a hard time sleeping, which I've been there. I'm not a parent, but I've been, like at my wit's end with not being able to sleep. I know it's a dark, terrible place to be in. And she was prescribed these different medications. Some of them she was taking, some of them she was not taking. And one day she sent her husband out on an errand. She said, go pick up takeout for us and go by CVS and get this medicine for our 5-year-old. And in the 30 or so minutes that he was gone, she strangled her 3 children And then I had seen reports that she had attempted to slit her own throat, but I don't see that in every story I see. But she did jump out of a second-story window, and that is being cited as a suicide attempt. And she's saying now, like, I had heard a male voice in my head tell me that my kids are going to experience pain if I'm not around. So what you need to do is you need to kill your kids before you kill yourself so you can all be safe, which doesn't make sense. But if she's going through psychosis, it makes a little more sense, I guess. And this whole trial is about deciding whether or not she knew what she was doing when she killed those children. And it's been interesting to see the way people are reacting to this case.
Yeah, big reaction.
She's getting a lot of sympathy because of the fact that so many women do struggle with issues postpartum and mental health issues. And people are saying, like, yeah, this is something we need to have compassion for, which I get. But that being said, there are 3 dead babies now that they deserve justice. And just because someone's going through a hard time, that doesn't excuse away what you've done. And I don't think they're trying to excuse away. They're trying to decide, well, do you go to prison for the rest of your life, or do you go to a psychiatric institution, which is not going to be pleasant for the rest of your life? But it is just interesting to see the way people are reacting to this, particularly online. And then the women who have showed up at the trial wearing pink, kind of just across the board, we support Lindsay Clancy. We're here for her. And it feels like the children are being forgot about sometimes whenever we're having these conversations. So I don't know. I think you can have compassion for someone and say, wow, I am so sorry you were going through that. But I still think that person should experience consequences for their actions, especially when their actions involve murdering 3 innocent children.
Couldn't agree more.
Name one murderer that didn't have some kind of psychological problem.
Yeah, that's a
Every
good point.
serial killer has some kind of psychological problem. Whether they came from a broken home or they just had bad brain chemistry, they all had something. So I understand the point, because you do want to raise awareness for things like that. Postpartum depression and psychosis, those are really serious problems. Those are things that people should pay better attention to. And in all honesty, young parents should be taught more about that pre-birth, because it's a hard thing. But almost everybody who's in prison right now had something. Anxiety, severe depression, terrible childhood, grew up in a terrible neighborhood, and you just get caught up with the wrong crowd. Like, everybody's got something. So where do we draw the line as to what that means as far as the consequences for your actions? I think that's a hard thing to do, and it's weird to me that people who are just following these things online essentially pick a team.
Well, there's a not small group of people who are convinced that the husband did it.
Based on evidence or just feels?
I think they just want that to be the case. They don't want Lindsay to be guilty of this, and they are so, like, hell-bent on not putting any accountability on her that they instead say, like, no, her husband was evil, and he plotted all of this. And I think the thing we can all take...
Both things could be true.
Sure.
I mean, maybe he didn't plot it, but he could be not a good guy.
Could, yeah.
Sure.
See, I see a difference, just like I don't think she should go free.
No, and that's not what will happen.
No.
If she's not found guilty, she will be in a psychiatric institution for the rest of her life.
But I do see a difference between someone like her and what's that guy's name? Watts, the one who killed his wife and his 2 daughters and put him in the oil tanker.
I know who you're talking about, but I'm
Chris
not sure of
Watts.
his name. Yeah.
Where he had an ulterior motive. He had a girlfriend. He wanted, and his family was inconvenient, and so he murdered them. Which, by the way, he's getting remarried or just got remarried. Who knew
Like from prison?
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. I know that people like that always have weirdos who fall in love with them, but I think he's actually like getting married, which doesn't. I don't know. I'm pretty hardcore. I would be okay if the prison still had people like busting big rocks into little rocks. I'm fine with that. But it's like, you shouldn't be able to get married. I don't think. So, tell you guys about John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. John is there anytime you want to talk. If you're just a normie like me and you get a W-2 paycheck, He can still talk to you about your finances. He can still talk to you about your investments. He can still talk to you about retirement. But his real subspecialty is helping people on the financial side of things when you own a business or you have an entrepreneurship. As I've been saying, just because you developed the Better Mousetrap or you have this great service, you're just an excellent fill in the blank, and you bring in a lot of revenue and you support multiple families and you're working on multi-generational wealth for your kids and your grandkids. That's all great, but it doesn't mean that you understand the financial side the way that someone like John does. He's not looking to come in there and take over your company. He's not looking to usurp your authority. He just wants to be able to give you the benefit of his decades of experience and great track record to just take your business where you want it to go. Just real easy to get together with him. You can have a cup of coffee at his office. You can meet somewhere in Kirkwood. Just go to e3wealth.com.
We don't just cover St. Louis, we share it. That's why the stories you hear every morning aren't just headlines. They're about your neighborhood,
Ferguson's police chief took the stand in day one of
your roads,
Westbound 270 North County just had some volume on
your Cardinals,
Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning,
your community.
I'm Tom Ackerman.
This is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
Total Information AM, weekdays on KMOX.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
All about sunshine on this Friday afternoon. Now, we are a little bit warmer than yesterday, but for this time of year, 88 sounds pretty good. Tonight, partly to mostly clear, beautiful evening. Maybe a spot thunderstorm late tonight, almost toward morning, 69. Saturday, a spot morning thunderstorm, mainly early variety, but also really tough to find. Partly to mostly sunny Saturday and 86. Sunday, sunny and 83. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about good mayo, Duke's Mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
The reason many of us hate insurance companies is because some of them act like bullies. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been dealing with these creatures my whole career. Whether it's a workers' comp claim, an auto accident, or a nursing home or medical mishap, the playbook is often the same: deny and delay. We became the largest injury firm in America for a reason. We fight the bullies. They know who we are, and I know it makes a difference for our clients. Just go to forthepeople.com and see our results and our verdicts after those bullies gave us their final offer. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. It's easy to get going. Visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer, or call us on your cell at pound law, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Looking for something new? Lombardo Homes is excited to introduce 2 brand new opportunities in St. Charles County. Discover Crooked Creek at Cottleville Trails, featuring stylish new townhomes from the high 300s and access to incredible amenities that make Cottleville Trails one of the area's most sought-after communities. Or find the space you've been dreaming of at South Point Estates, where expansive 3+ acre home sites and top-rated Wentzville schools create the perfect setting for your custom dream home. Visit LombardoHomes.com to learn more about these exciting new communities.
FanDuel is giving new customers up to $1,000 in bet resets. New customers place a $5 bet each day and receive up to $200 in bet resets, up to $1,000 total. And with baseball every day, always another game and another matchup to get in on. Whether you're betting money lines, player props, or same-game parlays, FanDuel has you covered. Place your daily $5 bet and unlock up to $1,000 in bet resets. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Minimum $5 wager required for 5 consecutive days. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bet reset tokens. Refund from token issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $200 per day. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today,
The Cards, the Phillies,
Ameren Total Access 445. First pitch 540.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Time to talk to our pal Ricky Horton. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Dave. Hello from the city of brotherly love.
All right. Man, what a road trip. I gotta tell you our story from yesterday, Rick. So, of course, we're preempted when there's a day game, but we knew we had to go on at some point. And so me and Wheeler and Matt Pauley and Andrew were in the sports office, and we're watching the game on television, listening to you and John. And there's about a 5 to 10 second delay. So you guys are telling us what's happening before we see it happen. And down to the last out, and Matt Pauley has to jump up and run in the studio to do the post game. And we hear Rooney go, "Whoa!" There's the pop fly to left field, and he jumps up, and we all jump up because game's over, time for the DGS. And then Rooney's like, "He dropped it," and it was so much fun. We had such a good time. And then, of course, you know what happened from there. It was like a whole nother game after that. So
yeah, it was kind of an ugly ninth inning, but I'm glad you guys were paying attention to what we were talking about. Honestly, it was fun to do, but it was also not fun because it wasn't great baseball. But you know, if you're going to not play good baseball, you want to win. And what we used to say in games like that, and I may have even said this on the air, is like when that game's over, pack up fast and leave before they recount the score and figure out something else. I mean, just get out of town fast because that was not a game that you're going to be really proud of. Let's just move on and think about something else. But the good part is it was a series win again. Five series in a row the Cardinals have won.
And one of the things I love about Ali is that he is fearless about taking questions. You know, he does it on Gas House Gang every Tuesday.
Yeah.
He'll take them head on. But after that crazy game, he was basically like, "I'm going to get on the plane and have a beer."
And I don't blame him. Yeah, you got to have days like that. You know, it's interesting about Ali, and we don't talk much about him here because he, of course, has his voice, his own voice, and he can talk about it. But I think just to get some perspective of what the world thought of Jordan Walker last year and what they think of him now, I think that's been a great transformation. Clearly, he's earned it. He's worked hard. He's had a great year. He had a really good road trip so far. But I think you can say the same thing about the Cardinal manager. I think he was misunderstood, maybe misidentified, and people that didn't know him were having opinions about him. And I think he has had a transformation in terms of public opinion about what kind of manager he is. And, you know, I think we all felt that. We all knew Ali to begin with, but I think he's been able to blossom really by just kind of sharing who he is. People are getting to know him better and recognizing that he always has an idea about what he's doing, and he wants his players to have fun doing it, and he's got a good young team, and they are absolutely having fun.
I love Ricky. One of the things I love about what Ali does is I love the fact that he likes being questioned.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what Tony was like. Tony La Russa, he would come on with Ron Jacober on Sports on a Sunday morning and tell Ron, "Hey, don't even screen the calls. Just put them on. Let them ask their questions." Because, first of all, you know what you need to know. They have answers, and they know how to answer things if they can't give all the information. I think I appreciate that willingness to be like, "Hey, this is what you don't know. This is why, and now we can still disagree, but at least now you know."
I think we all learned this somewhere along in our life, and maybe it's part of maturity that people that don't like being questioned and are very defensive about things aren't very confident about what they think. I mean, if you're confident about it and confident in who you are, you can take that and just say, "Hey, that's fine. You can have an opinion, but here's mine," and not kind of get overwrought about that. Now, Tony would kind of add the "I would love to manage against you someday" when somebody would disagree with, and Ali doesn't do that. Ali's a little less smug in that way, but Tony was great though. Tony was absolutely must listen to and must watch TV when he was the Cardinals manager.
Yeah, it's a fun thing, and look, because these years, if you're talking about what the manager's job, right? Ali's job has not been easy. So I agree with a lot of what he does. I do think he's a good manager, and I would say probably 90% of the time I understand completely what he's doing. Other 10% no, but that's baseball because that's the nature of a day-to-day game. But what I really like is that he's had a difficult job in the sense that he hasn't had the tools to do the thing that he really want to do, which is go compete for a World Series. He's been tasked with trying to build to that point, and that's harder to me than walking into a team that's really good and just plugging and playing with elite players.
Yeah, because you're going to have to deal with all the down days and the bruises that come with development, and that's what the Cardinals have had the past couple of years. But honestly, from here on out, I think it's smoother sailing. I think you just had to kind of get off the dock first, and now the sailing's going to be fine. And and again, they see what's out there, they see what's next, and they're enjoying the ride while they're going there. Honestly, this team is still just 2.5 games out in the wild card. I mean, is that incredible to think with 32 games left after today? That's it. And after, when the Cardinals get home, they'll have 15 at home and 15 on the road, and they're not playing a lot of teams that are above 500 either. And I'm not predicting I don't know what's going to happen. But the point is, it's nice to be in the hunt though, and I feel like that's a big out kicking your coverage to be able to do that.
Yeah, there's every chance we are playing meaningful games in September.
Yes,
which is all you can ask for from this team.
Yeah.
I've been on Cardinal teams managed by Whitey Herzog where we didn't, and the great man Tony had seasons where you didn't, and yet what's really going to separate Ollie obviously is when you get all those horses together and they all kind of mature at the same time, and now you've got a team that's going to compete and play deep into October. That's when Ollie's really going to get his pats on the back, I think, and so I'm looking forward to that day, and who knows when that will be.
Rick, the way that it went down yesterday with the way that Ollie chose to bring on Soriano and then O'Brien, how worried are you that that's going to have a spillover for at least the Phillies series, if not beyond?
Well, you always do worry about it. I think relief pitchers are better at most than having most players, really. Relievers are pretty good at having short memories. You just have to have that. I mean, because you're out there all the time playing. A starting pitcher, those guys are the guys I worry about more, having a couple bad starts in a row because you're just sitting on that and worried about it. But the reliever's going to get right back out there. Then he's have a good game, and then he's going to feel good about himself. I mean, that's kind of how it works. I mean, Stanek's had some good games lately, not a good game yesterday, and Soriano's concerning a little bit to me because I think he's tired, and he just pitched a little tired yesterday. And I don't mean he's not working out, none of that stuff, but he's had a lot of innings and a lot of games, and I feel like there's some wear there. But hopefully he'll just be able to rebound, kind of like Rocky rebounded. We're in Philly. Oh, by the way, I went up the Rocky Steps today.
Nice.
And on this road trip, I met Mr. T in Chicago, and I went up and was able to enjoy the Rocky Steps at the Art Museum here in Philly. This has been a terrific road trip.
So you're living Rocky 3.
I am.
How did you meet Mr. T?
Mr. T pitched in the 7th inning stretch one day at Wrigley Field. He lives in Chicago, and he was up and he was standing right outside of our radio booth, and he had Mr. T and then he had Little T next to him. Actually, they both had Cubs jerseys, and one had Mr. T, the other guy had Little T. I mean, I just think it was he was very gracious to us and just a fun guy to get to meet, and everything you'd think he would be, that's what he was.
It's funny, when I was a little kid, there was a show on at like 10:30 p.m., and it was Battle of the Bouncers.
Yeah.
And Mr. T was on it. And he was no one before that.
Right.
And not like I'm some brilliant prognosticator, but I remember thinking, that guy's going to be something. Like
you probably thought to yourself, I pity the fool that tries to keep up with him.
Hey, Rick, are you familiar with Tugboat?
With Tugboat? No, I'm not.
The left-handed pitcher, so the Giants, San Francisco Giants just called up a guy named Tugboat Wilkinson.
I don't know Tugboat. Tell me about Tugboat.
You got to check him out.
Yeah, he fits up to the nickname. He's a big, hefty lefty, and he throws hard, and he's an interesting dude.
Well, we're going to see him. I mean, we play the Giants quite a bit. They're one of the teams that we're playing. They're managed by a guy who grew up in St. Louis, and so I mean that's going to be an interesting series. They're playing a little bit better, but I'm looking forward to seeing Tugboat.
Yeah, the article I read, Wheels, was about how he weighs 250 pounds. He's completely out of shape. He doesn't throw over 91, 92, but he throws the invisible.
Yeah.
That guys just can't seem to hit. And
How about that?
He raked through the minor leagues, and he's intriguing to me.
Yeah, I bet he's got some spin rate. He's got to have some spin rate for it to be invisible. We just had a pitcher, by the way, Zach Maxwell, who is 6'4", 302 that pitches for Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's a big
and
dude.
He does throw 100 miles an hour. So we hit him a little bit because it wasn't located well, but that's a big dude.
He is, and boy, does he bring it. Cincinnati's got a couple of those guys. That Luis May kid does that, too. They got a couple of those. But it's just kind of their team is interesting in the sense they have a lot of big arms, although Hunter Green being down certainly doesn't help them.
That hurts.
But they're a team that had high hopes coming into the year and it just hasn't worked out. Where the Cardinals,
they can't hit. They haven't been hitting at all. But so down the road they're going to get better too. And you see that Sal Stewart is obviously a great addition there. He's their best player right now. By far he's their best player. But they need to get some more bats and then they'll. Or you have guys have better years, bottom line. It's not that they're not good players. They just have had bad years.
Such an interesting thing looking at expectations. I'm sure there was a lot of buzz there, Ricky, about the Rookie of the Year battle, and Sal Stewart and J.J. Weatherhold are apparently the same. Are apparently the two favorites. Although, like Nolan McLean should be in this conversation, Carson Benz should be too. But
T.J. Rumfield should be in this conversation. He's got a higher WAR than some of the names you just mentioned, and he's hitting better than all. I mean, not that batting average is the thing. So Kevin, I really think it's. Do you think WAR is the biggest thing, or do you think OPS is the biggest thing? I think that's what it's going to come down to because most voters at that level those two things now in a way to separate a player, how to judge the fullness of that player. OPS is one way to do it. WAR is another way. If it's WAR, it's Weatherholt. If it's OPS, it's Stewart.
Yeah, for me, this is the Larry Walker Hall of Fame case.
Yeah,
I want the all-around player, and not to say that there isn't value in it, but if you look at Sal Stewart as an example, if he played at Busch Stadium, he would have He would have 17 home runs instead of 27.
That's right.
That's how much Great American Ballpark has helped him. And if JJ played in Cincy, he would have 19 home runs instead of 12 or 13. So we got to consider the environment too, because that changes what the numbers mean.
Yeah, and you wonder, I think we should consider the environment. The question is, will everybody do that?
No.
I think that's what it comes down to is that, the number. Some people will just say, well, hey, all I care about is home runs and RBIs. Then, if that's all you care about, that's all you care about.
Rick, you have a busy weekend coming up. You're going to keep one eye out on Belle Reve and see what's going on with the BMW?
Oh, I'm going to try because you know how much I love golf. I got to play in Cincinnati with Brad Thompson, took some of his money, and we were pretty excited about that. And so I got the itch again. I got the itch to play golf some more.
Very nice. All right, buddy. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
So driving in today, I heard a recorded ad with Ben Barnett, who's the owner of Timberline Professional Tree Care, who you can find at stltreecare.com. And he did such a good job. I think so much of Ben. I was a little bit shamed because I think he did a better job than I do, and I make my living at this. But the bottom line is this. I'm one chainsaw away from having my own tree service. I don't have to have any sort of certifications. I don't have to have any sort of a license. I just go out there and put an ad on Craigslist and maybe fall out of your tree or cut it down the wrong way, and I have no insurance. I'm not bonded. Even some of the tree services that you've heard advertise in different places don't have certified arborists. Ben personally is a certified master arborist. I think there's only one or two within the sound of my voice like him. 7 other certified arborists. There's always going to be one on every job. So regardless of what we come out to your house to look at your tree to diagnose it, why is it losing its leaves in July instead of October? Maybe you have a big stump that you need to be taken out. Maybe you want some trees to be planted on your property. Anything tree related, from the birth of a tree to the death of a tree, we can take care of. Great people, look you in the eye, give you a firm handshake. STLtreecare.com for Timberline and Ben Barnett.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
It's 1:48. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Lose weight or stop smoking with Hypnosis guaranteed or your money back only $59.99. Hypnosis Thursday, September 17th, Radisson Hotel, Fairview Heights. Weight loss 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking Hypnosis 8 p.m. Or Saturday, September 19th, Holiday Inn Creve Coeur. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking Hypnosis 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy. Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mira Fiber Gummies.
Objection!
It's true. Mira Fiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support. All in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mira Fiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mira Fiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've heard me talk with Dave on the air about how tough the aging journey can be. It can be especially hard to know where to start. That's why Bethesda offers Care Navigation, designed to help you truly understand your options for senior care and services. Our award-winning services can be provided in a variety of settings, including the privacy of wherever a senior calls home. To learn more, go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Where Do I Start?
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on the DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. Happy Monday. Happy Friday. God, I don't know where that came from.
It's just wishful thinking. You can't wait for next Monday.
I know. I can't wait to do another show. Andrew, tell me about the new incentive that the Army has for re-enlisting.
Yeah, if you re-enlist, this is I think it's in the Kentucky area. Sorry, Vernecke area. And it's just one. It's just one battalion at the moment, but others are considering expanding it. That if you sign up, if you re-enlist for the Army for several years, the way that you do, they will give you 4 days off in November to play Grand Theft Auto 6.
Wait, so
wow.
Supposed to, how long do you have to sign up for to re-enlist?
I believe the average is around 2 years.
So for 2 years commitment of my whole ass life, you're going to give me 4 days?
I thought 4 days was a little bit weak, too. They're also not going to purchase you the video game or the system on which to play it.
Or if you didn't re-enlist, you could have as many days to play it as you want.
Well, that's it, right.
And then also, yeah, if you didn't re-enlist, you could have infinity days to hang out and play Grand Theft Auto 6.
Well, I mean, you'd have to get another job, but still.
I thought it was pretty weak as well. When I first read the story, I thought what they were offering was like they had some way of getting it early.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, if you want to be like the first person to play it, sign up for a couple of years. And also, kind of not a great deal.
Did in a related subject, did you guys see that there are over 150 accounts on Polymarket that have been flagged for making bets based on military secrets, and they have a 97% win rate. So they feel very sure that these are people inside the military who have access to secrets. And first of all, how is it close to legal to have a market where you bet on United States military activities?
That's a great question.
You got 150 people out there who got a 97% win rate.
Yeah.
Making those bets.
97% is that's not by accident. Like if you're a great gambler, you're probably 53, 55%. If you're 97%, you know it. You know the information in advance. There's nobody that's that good.
So when are we going to regulate Polymarket? Because that's
or
the only way.
Kalshi or any of these things. Yeah.
When's that going to happen?
I mean, that would be a thing for Congress, and Congress no longer exists.
No.
I mean, I'm not even being facetious here. For all practical purposes, Congress has become irrelevant.
Well, yeah.
When's the last time a president went to them to declare war? Was it Bush?
No. They just did it. I mean, there was some kind of agreement, but it wasn't like an official declaration.
I'm just confused by the Polymarket and the Kalshi thing. For the longest time, gambling was illegal in a lot of places. So why is it just like all of a sudden?
All of a sudden.
Everyone does it for everything all the time.
And it was illegal.
What was the transition there?
You're right, Rach. It was illegal for my whole life, basically, with very specific little cutouts to bet on even traditional things like sporting events.
Well, I'm assuming are there still some states where it's illegal to bet on sports? I mean,
yeah.
So are you able to do like Polymarket and Kalshi in those states, or you have to cross state lines to do it?
Great question. I think it's not considered gambling in the same way.
Oh, it's predicting.
Right, because it's not you versus the house. Right, so it's not like playing like say example. I'm betting on FanDuel, for example. If I win, I'm winning money from FanDuel. On Kalshi and those other ones, you're actually winning from the people that bet against you.
Other people.
Yeah.
Right. So the money that everybody's putting out, you're not winning from the house necessarily.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union, and I just received an email. I'm going to be getting together with Steve, the CEO, and he has an idea for a little bonus, little something nice for DGS listeners. So I'll roll that out to you next week. But even if you go before I learn about it, just ask him like, "Hey, Glover spilled the beans that you're offering me a little toaster oven, or whatever it happens to be." Very nice people. It is called First Missouri because it is the first credit union in Missouri. Back then, they were all in church basements, as were we. Now we have two beautiful locations, one brand spanking new down on Lee May Ferry, which if I were listening as opposed to doing this live, I'd think, well, that's I'm not a South Countyan, so I'm not going to even think about that. But they have this system with credit unions where you can go to pretty much any credit union. There's like I said, there's one about a half mile from my house. There's one a block away from the studio where I'm sitting right now. And if I don't feel like driving down to Lee May Ferry, I can do everything I need to do there. 4.27% interest paid on your checking account up to $100,000. The best rates on vehicles. 314-544-5050, the number one, stmocu.org.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
All right, guys, if you're chasing feeling better on a day-to-day basis, look, we all age, right? And as you age, Things change about your body, and you can do something about that at Game Day Men's Health, and you can find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Look, the way that Game Day Men's Health is built is to make this type of healthcare easy, efficient, and comfortable. They respect our time, right? You walk into if you have an appointment, you're going to be in on time. You're going to take great care of you. Everything is a quick turnaround because they do everything on site. So they have the on-site lab that allows you to get the blood work done and review the results and have a conversation with the medical team. You can do it all in one place at one time. They make it convenient, okay? If you're busy, they're going to find a way to make it work for you. You got a couple locations. You got Chesterfield and O'Fallon, Missouri. And what you're going to get is tailored, individualized treatment. So whether you're on what I am, which is testosterone replacement therapy, my numbers were low. Now they're normal thanks to Game Day Men's Health, and I feel better every single day. Whether it's TRT, peptides, hair loss treatments, medical weight loss, ED treatments, no matter what it is, they're top of the line. Everything is overseen by board-certified medical professionals and tailored to you. So when you go in, set up an appointment, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They'll knock $50 off your first purchase. You get a free vitamin B12 shot with that as well. All you have to do is go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com to find out more and set up your appointment. And then, of course, get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, it is partly sunny, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Kina, in for Michael Calhoun. Iran condemning President Trump's threat to impose so-called economic D-Day on the country, with Iran's foreign ministry calling the threat of more sanctions economic terrorism and a crime against humanity. Here's ABC's White House correspondent Karen Travers.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said yesterday that he'll hold a press conference on Monday and reveal the plan of what the president has said will be crushing economic penalties. We also heard from the vice president that this is now a new phase in this fight against Iran. The Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said yesterday that if they go down this road, that this would indicate they wouldn't have to go back to major military operations.
And Travers also indicating the White House is considering renaming a Navy aircraft carrier that's currently under construction after President Trump, after him. The vessel was set to be named after a Black World War II hero named Doris Miller. We get the latest again from Karen.
It would be unprecedented to do it after a sitting president. There are carriers named after former presidents. This is not something that has been decided, but something that, of course, would likely generate significant controversy if they did move forward with this decision.
There's a delay in trash collection in University City, and it's all due to several of their trucks breaking down this week. Thursday's routes that were not completed should be done by today or tomorrow at the latest. City officials asked residents to leave their bins at the curb if the garbage was not collected on the designated day. Well, studies are underway to determine where 75 miles per hour speed limit signs might be posted in the state of Missouri.
Department of Transportation Director Ed Hassinger says terrain is a big factor.
Certainly the ideal condition is straight and flat. There's some of that in Missouri, but not a lot. So those places that we don't have straight and flat terrain, we'll be taking an extra careful look at those sections of interstate.
He tells Missouri Net they're also reviewing traffic volume and crash stats. A new state law allowing higher speed limits along rural interstate highways takes effect at the end of the month. Hassinger says traffic studies should be done by the end of the year and new signs could be posted shortly after. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
From the KMOX Business Desk, the Missouri State Medical Association donating $1.5 million to 2 new political action committees. That makes the 2 PACs among the best funded, according to the Business Journal. The big issues for the association are putting limits on prior authorization for medical services and ending the use of managed care for Medicaid recipients. A check of the Dow from Stifel at this hour. It is up almost 574 points to 53,332. And a check of traffic right now. It looks like we have delays reported for eastbound 70 at 5th Street drivers. It looks like they're working with a motorist assist there, and also some restrictions on southbound 270 by Manchester as well. Also, I'm checking at this. It looks like northbound 170 at Ladue, the left exit is restricted there due to an accident. Use extra caution. And from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray has our forecast.
All about sunshine on this Friday afternoon. Now, we are a little bit warmer than yesterday, but for this time of year, 88 sounds pretty good. Tonight, partly to mostly clear, beautiful evening. Maybe a spot thunderstorm late tonight, almost toward morning, 69. Saturday, a spot morning thunderstorm, mainly early variety, but also really tough to find. Partly to mostly sunny Saturday and 86. Sunday, sunny and 83. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
86 right now in St. Peter's, 86 in Florissant, 86 downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, gang. DGS on KMOX. Beautiful, gorgeous Friday out there. We've earned it going through the heat that we did a couple weeks ago. Going to be great for the golf tournament. I'm playing golf this Sunday with Nick and his future father-in-law and Michael Kelly. That should be a lot of fun. I wonder why it was so easy to get a tee time then, because every real golfer is watching the BMW. So, Dr. Phil is being sued by his ex-publicist for wrongful termination, failure to pay him on time, and discrimination based on sexual orientation. I just love that Dr. Phil is a chapter in my life. Mm-hmm. It's so funny to me. And I won't tell the story again. I'll just tell briefly that he came to town and he associated himself with me. I was a rookie, and Stephen DC to promote his live show. And for about a month, he called me every day. And the day after his show, I was trying to show off to somebody. And they're like, you have Dr. Phil's number. I'm like, I can call him right now, dude. And I called him, and his phone number had been disconnected. He had been using a burner with me for a month. But I had forgotten that. So it's Dr. Phil doing the show live. And the way it was going to go was I was going to go out first, introduce Stephen DC. Then they are going to introduce Phil, and he'll do a show. So I go out there. I take about a minute to introduce Stephen DC. They go out, and I'm standing there next to Phil, and Stephen DC, being Stephen DC, started doing Stephen DC. And they're like 8 minutes into shtick, and Phil is physically grabbing me, and he's like, Dave, you got to get these idiots off the stage. What are they doing? They're doing what? Well, Dave. And I'll just never forget that. And then after the show, Jimmy Mano, his drummer was sick. So Steve rented a limo, and we all went and got my drums and went to a winery, and I played a whole gig just sight unseen. They'd be like, okay, now we're going to play this song. I'm like, okay, let's fake it. So that was quite a day.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow in there we went to Dave & Buster's, too.
Nice.
With Dr. Phil?
Not Phil. No.
Oh.
I won't get my tickets, Dave.
What would you and Phil talk about on the phone?
Dude, he was like the most charming person. He was all about me, very manipulative, like, I just think you have a great, show and you're special and you're going to be such a big name and need to get you on my show one of these days. And,
Dave, you can't put feathers on a dog and call it a chicken.
Have you seen that people are they're mad at Oprah because of the Dr. Phil thing? Because she didn't just give us Dr. Phil, she also gave us Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's like, Oprah, come on now. You got to vet these people a little better before you introduce them to all of America.
Yeah, she didn't have a great track record, does she? 30-year-old man in Florida was arrested for speeding 117 miles per hour. When pulled over, he said, "I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it to the bathroom at Buc-ee's." But the nearest Buc-ee's was 60 miles away.
I don't see the problem.
I got to believe that officers often get the "I got to go to the bathroom" thing.
I can only go to the bathroom at Buc-ee's, not even at my house.
Yeah, it's
a terrible curse.
I only go at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. We're like, you could have just stopped somewhere else and then gone to Buc-ee's after that.
Man, do you guys think, and I'm being completely serious now, do you think there's like a serial animal abuser out in St. Charles County?
I don't know, but I mean,
you heard all this, right?
I've heard all the different things.
You had the guinea pigs, which was horrific. Then they had the bunnies that they found, and they said the bunnies had definitely been tortured. Then they found a big iguana duct taped to a tree with its bones broken and had been shot several times with a BB gun.
Yeah.
It's a little
There's
disconcerting.
a serial killer out there somewhere.
Yeah, they've got an early stage serial killer, I think, going on. I've heard other kinds of like weird things, like it could be, a lot of people think it could be a group thing. Like,
like the old satanic panic kind of?
Yeah, satanic. We could say satanic panic style for sure. Me and the boys getting together to torture some rabbits or whatever.
Jeez. Crazy. Did you guys hear the kerfuffle about renaming an aircraft carrier for Donald Trump?
I did. I was reading about this earlier today.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did know of this gentleman's story because I saw the movie where Cuba Gooding played him. A gentleman named Doris Miller who worked in the mess hall, and he, on Pearl Harbor Day, he manned an anti-aircraft gun that he had no idea how to work and defended his fellow sailors and was given the Navy Cross. And they are building an aircraft carrier.
Cook, right? And then he just jumped up on the,
They're building an aircraft carrier that was to be named after him. And now the Navy is saying, I think we're going to name a different ship after him and name this one after Donald Trump, which would be unprecedented because he's a sitting president.
That has happened 0 times.
Yeah.
In the history of our nation.
And not a great look.
It's a terrible look. Why are you always trying to put yourself on things?
He would say, it's not me.
Yeah,
it's
sure
them.
it's not. Sure it's not.
It's
you can tell them no. You can say to them,
I respectfully
wait
decline.
till I'm out of office. That's not something you do. But he's got pee on everything. Make everything his.
I do want to throw in there, I'm not trying to defend not naming this after Doris Lewis or naming it for Donald Trump. But one part of the story is aircraft carriers are typically named after presidents.
Sure.
And I think they would need to award Doris Miller an additional honor that he doesn't currently have in
Medal
order
of
to
Honor.
in order to name the aircraft carrier after him.
Yeah, if
Just trying to provide some extra
if there's
info.
a procedure on that, and that's true about all the carriers, but there have been a lot of presidents that have come before. Like, there's the whole purpose of us having a president and not a king as a nation, going back to our founding fathers, is that they're not elevated to that level while they're in office. Right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I was reading about Doris Lewis earlier today because I was like, oh, wow, I want to learn more about this person. He died during World War II.
Yeah.
He was like 20-something years old, I think. And besides manning that on Pearl Harbor Day, he also dragged several Americans to safety.
Yeah.
So an incredible person, and it's tragic that he had to go so early in life. Just terrible.
Did any of you? I promise we're going to stop talking about Trump after this. But did any of you hear any of Michael Cohen and his new podcast with Trump on as the guest?
Wait, those two are talking?
Dude, it's one of the most sickening things you're ever going to hear. Michael Cohen, unsurprisingly, is just like kissing his ass and calling him boss and remember how we used to just this and this. And then Trump's like, yeah, I thought it was great that you recanted everything that you said in your books and you admitted they were all lies. He's like, well, boss, I'm just here for you. It was nauseating on both sides. I'm more disgusted by Cohen than I am Trump on this one.
Well, clearly he's just finding a way to make money, right?
Yeah.
Cohen.
Yeah.
Because, like, how does this happen? Why do people, like, you're the worst thing ever, and then years later, like, I love you?
I think when you make enough money that you become addicted to it, which I have not, and you have no moral core. You have nothing inside you that says, you're really going to lose a lot of self-respect and dignity if you do this. I think it's just the combination of those two things. Completely motivated by money, and you just lack whatever that thing is in the gooey center of your chocolate chip cookie of a soul that you just don't care.
You definitely lack self-esteem. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't get any. I've never understood that. Maybe that's why I'm not one of those rich people like that. Because I can't do it. I can't bow. I can't bend the knee to anyone. There is nobody on this earth that I would do that to. There is nobody that I would grovel to. Not one person. And maybe that's why I'll never get there. Because those people will be like, yep, bye, see ya.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like surprised by
No.
The whole time he was saying like,
that's the problem.
I believe Donald Trump is the worst thing to ever
Yeah,
happen
he was
to this
doing that to
nation.
make money.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
well, why are you saying this now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this hasn't moved my meter too much. I mean, I'm glad he's getting all of this publicity that he clearly wanted.
You know what it is for me, Rach? It is a cumulative effect. Am I surprised by this turn? Not at all.
No.
Would I have predicted it? Yes. But the cumulative effect of being consistently and frequently disappointed in your fellow man is taking a toll on my soul.
Do you think that it's this topic in particular that is so bothersome?
You mean the Trump topic?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen... It's Trump is one person, and I can only, as much as I can't stand the man, I can only assign so much blame to him because he's just one guy, and he's not magic. He's not a wizard or a demon or an angel. He's just a real estate grifter from New York. My disappointment is largely with the people who have followed him. And at first I would have said blindly, like they were taken in by a consummate con man. He's not. He's so obvious. It bothers me more that there are that many people who are attracted to what he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps disappointing me over and over again. And by the way, MAGA listeners, I get that you're disappointed in people like me on a daily basis too. Because through your worldview, we're the ones who don't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand that.
Yeah, I think to Rachel's question, Rach, I think it's a bigger thing than one guy. I think it's a bigger thing than Trump. To me, it's the entire structure. I mean, I feel like most of our lives we were just lied to. Like we were just given a line of BS about how we're Americans, we stick together, we're going to look out for each other. No, we're not. No, the rich people are all just looking to take advantage of us. People in power, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, you don't care about me. You're not enacting policies that make our lives any better at all.
I may be wrong.
It's all about your team.
But I do feel like what you said was true for decades.
Yeah.
That we really did, for the most part, stick together. And we really did have each other's back. And I think most people really did do the right thing. Again, could be wrong, but...
I think it was I think it was more people tapped out of the game of chicken earlier than they do now.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like, well, we don't want to push it that far.
Yeah.
And now we just push it and push it and push it. And sometimes it breaks and sometimes it snaps back and it's perfectly fine. But we are being pushed at all times.
Yeah. I mean, in the 1970s, a president resigns in a scandal. In 2026, you just triple down. And this president, but I don't think it'd be any different with any other president.
Well, because all press is good press.
Yeah, but Biden,
a scandal could actually be helpful for a lot of people in many cases.
Yeah, I mean, the Biden administration tripled down, quadrupled down on he's fine. He's totally normal. He's sharp every day. Look at that. He's okay. And then we find out, no, he's not. But there's no shame. There's no like, you know what? You're right. We're going to take the loss. Nope. Taking a loss is not an option. Even when you lose, it's just not an option.
Let me remind you guys, and it really is a reminder, there are probably not that many people out there who right now need to go see Dr. Bays, but the way life works, tomorrow's another day. Something great could happen to you. Something not great could happen to you. You could have a car accident or twist something playing a sport, or even worse, your child, is injured in some kind of way. If you're kind of going through that checklist in your mind, like, is this an emergency room visit? Is this a straight to a surgeon visit? Go see Dr. Bays, because he occupies that middle space. He's a sports medicine doctor. He's an expert at injuries, fresh and, long-term injuries that you're suffering from in a chronic kind of way. He can diagnose you. He can treat you conventionally. He can also treat you with stem cell injections, which he's done a great deal of over the past decade or so. Also, great guy. Been a friend of mine for almost the whole time I've been on the air. You're really going to like him. 636-735-3003 or BaysSportsMed.com.
How We Made Your Mother is a rewatch podcast that looks back episode by episode at the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. It's hosted by me, Josh Radnor, along with series co-creator Craig Thomas.
In seasons 1 and 2, we were joined by Neil Patrick Harris, Kobe Smulders, Bryan Cranston, Ashley Williams, Wayne Brady, Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, Joe Manganiello, and my brilliant co-creator Carter Bays, and now we are diving into season 3.
So whether it's your 50th rewatch or your first time through, follow How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
It's 2:21. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicated. Neovitin Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neovitin.com for monthly delivery or shop Neovitin at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neovitin Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neovitin, make nutrition easy.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath,
It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. Rach is killing it with the music today. Great job.
Thanks.
So you have a story about the Royals?
Yeah, this is kind of old, but I've been wanting to bring it up on the show for a while because I find this very funny. King Charles's death was mistakenly reported on a radio station because it was Radio Caroline in the UK. So if you're listening to the radio in the UK and a report comes on and says the king is dead, that's probably making a pretty big impact. They aired 3 pre-recorded statements mistakenly announcing that King Charles had passed away. And this was because the board op at the time played the announcements out of curiosity. They said, "What are those?" And they played them, and they probably meant to play them in preview to where you just hear it in the studio, but it broadcasts over the air. This was followed not by someone jumping on and saying, "Oh my gosh, we are so sorry. That was, a package we have in case the king dies, and that was aired. That was our error. We apologize." Instead of doing that, there was 16 minutes of silence. And that 16 minutes of silence was because the staffer who mistakenly played these reports got scared and left the building.
Nice. Wow.
They said, "I should not have done that. I'm going home."
That's a great radio story, too.
That's why it's so good, and I really wanted to bring it up. So they air these statements. The king is dead. They play the national anthem, and then silence. I guarantee you there were people listening going like, is the world ending? Like, what is going on?
So we just did a whole thing about how people lowered themselves to kiss Trump's ass, and I would never do that. I would do what this guy did. I would run out of the studio. Sure.
He just pulled a straight Chappelle, like knocked the water glasses off the table and run.
I'm capable of that. If I just played that the king's dead.
Yeah, by accident. You're like, "I'm out. We'll see you guys. I'm moving to America." No need to be here anymore.
Wow.
So I'm thinking what happened was the person who was like hosting the shift had pre-recorded their shift and were at home or something. And then the board op was the one who made this mistake and they just left. And then someone was finally able to get a hold of the actual host of the program who got down to the studio and was like, "I've just been informed. We played this. It was an error. We apologized."
Man.
You know what I was thinking about apropos of the Royals? You know, Harry's going through all this. He's leaving the U.S. He's going back. He wants to reconcile. He's under so much stress. And I'm one of those people who think, having lots of anxiety, that, yeah, but if I were a prince and if I had like unlimited money and I'm married to a movie star and such, I wouldn't have nearly the anxiety I do now.
No, of course not.
Do you think that's true? Because I'm wondering, like, if you hooked Harry up to an anxiety machine and Dave, and you didn't know who was who, if his would go just as high as mine. Like, being the Prince of Wales, wherever the hell he is, Sussex, whether that really doesn't buy you any more comfort or maybe even makes you more stressed out.
Why would that stress you out?
Why would what stress me out?
Why would being the Duke of
I mean, like,
the Duke of Duberman? Why would that
the Duke of Dorks?
Like, he's estranged from his family, and he's made some bad moves, and he looks kind of stupid, and he's
okay. Maybe I should take that back. I'm sure he suffers from some anxiety, but I think when you are in that privileged of a position and you have that much guaranteed money and status, no matter what, there's just a certain amount of anxiety that's going to be relieved. Like, sometimes I get anxious, like, oh no, what happens if, like, I lose my source of income and blah, blah. Like, that's a thought that is never going to enter his mind. He's always going to have money, at least. So he could have anxieties from other things, but that, like, he doesn't have survival anxieties.
His worries are fake pretend worries.
I just find it so cute and funny that they're like, I guess we're probably going to go back to the UK now. The UK is cool again after they lost their Netflix deal because they made everyone mad and couldn't deliver and no one wanted to watch any of their shows or listen to their podcast. Exactly. They're like, you know what? The US is kind of lame. Like, no, you did a horrible job. No one likes you. And now you got to come crawling back to your royal family.
Yeah, because
Bummer,
here
dude.
nobody's going to treat you like you're special because you happen to win the gene pool lottery.
Well, that is obviously not true.
Well, not the same way, right?
He's like a huge celebrity.
No, but it didn't work out though, because people were like, "Oh, you know what? Just being born royal isn't enough. You got to do the work. You actually have to show up and do something for us to get that money, and not just be you."
Well, I think, and I know I'm going late here, but I do think that he and Meghan are not pleasant to be around. Like, there are just so many reports of that. And then I watched a little bit of Meghan Markle's show, and it was just odd. Like, it was just odd vibes. And I think they probably just kind of put people off and weird them out. And that's going to make it harder to survive in Hollywood, where the whole thing is about, like, being buddies and hobnobbing and having a good personality.
Yeah. Tell you guys about Mark and Neil Gelman of the Gelman team of eXp Realty. I've been with them now, and they've been with me for the better part of 20 years. I know lots of other real estate people, and they're all smart and capable. I'm sure it's like any other profession. You know, you just take a scoop out of it, and you're going to have the same percentage of geniuses and idiots and honest people and dishonest people. It's like any other profession. But given the status, the state of the real estate market in St. Louis, which is, you know, iffy, you can still get a great price on your home, but you have to really work hard. You really have to have all the information, who you're selling against, how you're going to sell against them, how to put your best foot forward. It has to be more than just, I'll plant a tree right here. I'll have flowers. I'll bake cookies the day that we show the house. You need an expert. The Gelmans are experts. It's not going to cost you more to hire them than it will other real estate agents. They're all working on basically the same commission structure. If you want to find out what they think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. All they're going to give you is a number. And if you want to talk about that number, whether you're excited by it or you're not excited by it, and you want to know why the hell your house isn't worth what you thought it was, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Your drive home has a soundtrack. For Cardinals fans, it's Redbird Rush Hour.
Matt Pauley is at Busch Stadium. I'm Kevin Wheeler, and our KMOX studios getting ready for Cards. And
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Nicholas deliver the perfect mix of Cardinals conversation, baseball insight, local news, and traffic to get you home and get you ready for the game.
A swing, and there's a
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5 on your home of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
All about sunshine on this Friday afternoon. Now, we are a little bit warmer than yesterday, but for this time of year, 88 sounds pretty good. Tonight, partly to mostly clear, beautiful evening. Maybe a spot thunderstorm late tonight, almost toward morning, 69. Saturday, a spot morning thunderstorm, mainly early variety, but also really tough to find. Partly to mostly sunny Saturday and 86. Sunday, sunny and 83. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX. A lot going on right now, and this is a good time to be a new customer, because if you're going to be a new customer right now, you can sign up and get these really cool bonuses. So here's what FanDuel's doing. They're giving new customers up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Now, here's how it works. You bet $5 daily. You unlock $200 in bet resets every day that you do that. So with baseball on every day, look, there's always another game. There's another pitching matchup. Obviously, Cards in Philly. You've got a great Chris Sale, Jacob Mizorowski matchup this afternoon. Always something cool to get in on. So whether it's money lines, player props, parlays, it doesn't matter what it is. FanDuel's got it covered. So you just place this daily $5 bet, and you unlock up to $1,000 in bet resets. So go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get yourself started. Just remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Minimum $5 wager required for 5 consecutive days. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bet reset tokens, and refunds from the token are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $200 per day. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. You can see terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpractice your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When it comes to your health, exceptional care matters. At St. Luke's, nationally recognized physicians, advanced technology, and compassionate care come together to provide an exceptional healthcare experience close to home. St. Luke's is nationally recognized for excellence across multiple specialties, including being named number 3 in the nation for cardiovascular care. Because when you need expert care, you shouldn't have to travel far to find it. St. Luke's, exceptional care, nationally recognized, right here at home. Learn more at stlukes-stl.com.
Today, the Cards, the Phillies.
Emron Total Access 445. First pitch 540.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Time to talk to our pal Bernie Miklasz. Hey, Bern.
It's been a while, man. Great to be back with DGS and the crew. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been. We have to talk about yesterday just because it's one of those games you remember and you talk about. And I happened to be watching it with Wheeler and Paulie and Andrew and had a great time. You know, the ups and downs. How about you?
Oh, I loved it. I was just pulled in with it, and there were moments where you wanted to just holler at the TV, not because of any of the broadcasters, mind you, but because the stuff was happening on the field. Maybe even throw something at the TV that wouldn't break the TV. There were other times where there was a pure exhilaration and kind of can you believe that?
Yeah.
Type of stuff. I mean, it was just a roller coaster. It was crazy. It was wild. It was insane. It was one of the nuttiest games I've ever seen. And all that matters is they found a way to win it. And I think in a lot of ways that that win yesterday, more than any other this season, personified who the Cardinals are. Because number one, they are a rebuilding team. They're a flawed team. They lack some depth. They lack some talent. They are often overmatched in terms of certain components of the game. The bullpen gets blown up. The offense gets ice cold. The starting pitching's been really good. But it seems like they go into every series where there's one or two parts of the team that aren't functioning very well. But yet we sit here, and because of this strong team culture they have and this great competitiveness they have and the hunger they have, they went from 8 games above 500 to 3 games below 500 from July 5th through August 2nd. They were buried. And here they are. Since the trade deadline, 5 consecutive series wins. They're only one of 6 teams in the majors to do that this year. They have the 3rd best record in the majors since August 3rd. And you're kind of like, how do they keep doing this? And see, I thought what happened in Cincinnati Thursday personified this team, because it's very rarely easy for them, and they have to overcome a lot of things. And a lot of times when they win, it's pretty ugly. But the bottom line is they win, and they're 3 games over 500. And back at when they lost, they only won 7 out of 25 games before this stretch started. I don't think anybody who basically counted them out has a dang thing to apologize for. This is a resilient, relentless team. Ali Marmol, the coaches, the players deserve a lot of credit for the strong culture they have.
It's a fascinating, just group. And you're right, Brennan. The dynamic is sometimes you're like, how are they doing it? But the fact that they are is a testament to the things that maybe not as measurable, right? Not physical traits, but psychology matters in sports. And anybody that doesn't think so, just listen to Tony La Russa, men, not machines.
Right. Absolutely. And they have defense as a quality, and that defense wins games. It's why I laugh at these Reds fans who sneer at when we in St. Louis talk about J.J. Weatherholt. Yeah, he has tapered off offensively, but he's the second best defensive player in baseball, any position. And the Reds fans who want their guy Sal Stewart to win Rookie of the Year, and I don't blame them. That's cool.
Yeah.
But they feel like they've got to just savage J.J. Weatherholt. And here's the thing. And they'll tell you that defense doesn't matter. These people that have watched the team become one of the most underachieving teams in baseball, in large part because their defense is horrendous. And we saw that yesterday too. So we should never take for granted when Ali Marmol puts more of a priority on defense, and sometimes it makes you scratch your head. But one of the reasons why the Cardinals have played more one-run games this season than any team in the majors. 32% of their games have been decided by one run. That is an amazing percentage. And they have a winning record in those games. And you better believe, with the bullpen issues, the quiet offense, you better believe defense is responsible, at least partially responsible, for a lot of those wins in close games.
Bernie, Matt and I were talking about this last night on Rush Hour. I wanted to run it by you. Were you at all surprised that Soriano was the choice with a 5-run lead late yesterday?
Yeah.
In the sense that, first of all, you have one guy who's basically on the do not pitch list, right? In Caleb Ferguson. He's thrown, I think, 1 time in the last 9 days. And we get why. Because the last couple of times out, he's walked the house. We totally get it. But if you're not going to use him in a spot where your bullpen is really, really hanging on by a thread, and you've got a 5-run lead and O'Brien as the backup in case anything goes wrong, you end up using 2 of your leverage guys instead of 1 of your leverage guys, and that was only if Ferguson went out there and did what Soriano did. And now you're coming into this weekend, and you're like, man, who's available?
Well, I think that would have been the case anyway. But the bullpen's worn out. I don't think bringing Soriano into the game, it may have scratched him from availability today. But
right.
Listen, no, I definitely think that was a spot for Ferguson. And if he gets into trouble, then you go to one of your guys, even though all those guys are baked, man. They're fried.
For sure.
But I look at it from a bigger angle. I question some of Ali's pitching decisions, right?
Yeah.
But I also realize he's damned if he's damned if he does something, he's damned if he doesn't do something. If he pulls a starter after 5 innings and the bullpen blows up, it's like, that manager's stupid. Why didn't he go an extra inning with the starter?
Right.
Now, if he goes the extra inning with the starter, and we saw that a couple times this week, and in the 6th inning, the starter gets knocked around and the game is in jeopardy, then it's like, well, why didn't he get the starter out there and go to the bullpen?
Right.
Ali Marmol is stuck in the middle, and he's stuck in the middle because the bullpen lacks depth and it lacks quality. And I'm sorry, that's on Chaim Bloom's desk. It's not on the manager's desk.
Before I let you get away, I have a question
man.
I've been wanting to ask, and it's not about the Cardinals. It's about you guys. So, as you know, I love the fact that I get to talk baseball with Bernie Miklasz and Kevin Wheeler and Matt Pauley and Tom Ackerman. And you guys are like wizards to me, like you just know stuff. And my question is this. I know it's not what you're trained to do, but if Chaim Bloom said, I'm going to make a job for you in the front office, you're going to be special consultant to the president of baseball operations. Based on what you guys know, do you think you would make a positive, like, hey, this guy really knows what he's talking about, he's really helped us make some decisions, or is that just apples and oranges?
I would never be so egotistical and pretentious to think that I could actually do a really good job at that level. I mean, I've got ideas. I also do meticulous research. I mean, I would do my homework. I would be prepared. But no, I think that's a total ego trip to think that somehow I would be qualified for that. So my answer is no.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would think there's got to be a buildup in anything, right? Like if we spent 3 or 4 years getting ready to do it, and then we're offered that chance, that's a different thing. If you're saying go right now and do it, no, it doesn't work that way. And I don't think it works that way the other way around either. I don't think that any of those guys can simply say, I'm going to do what Bernie Miklasz does. I don't think Chaim Bloom could do it. Not without years of work and building up to it. Eventually he could over time, but not tomorrow.
Well, he started out as a writer for Baseball Prospectus.
Yeah. So, but that's not the same as being a columnist for 40 years. It's like
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that was more analytical. Yeah, that was analytical.
And there are parts of it that we could help with Bernie. I think things like guys like us would be more helpful in like, hey, maybe here's how you say this to get less of a negative response, or like things that fit our expertise versus things that we haven't been studying directly for our entire adult lives.
I'm glad.
I'm sorry, and I'll be quick. The thing I've learned too is that, listen, have I second guessed managers? Every manager here, yeah, because that's baseball. We all do.
Yep.
But what I've learned from people like Tony La Russa and Whitey Herzog and Ali Marmol is that there's sometimes things going on that we don't know about. And they're making decisions based on those factors. And they have honor, so they're not going to put that out there to cover their butt, right? But sometimes they won't use a guy, or a guy sort of unexpectedly gets a day off and you're wondering, what is he doing? There, a lot of times there are reasons. It could be trouble at home. It could be a sick kid. It could be a parent who was rushed to the hospital. It could be any number of factors. We don't know everything that goes into a lineup decision. That's all I'm trying to say.
Tell us about Saliga before we let you go for the weekend.
Yeah, man. Saliga Heating and Cooling's been taking care of St. Louisans for 100 years. Wow. Family of Saligas for 4 generations. Dan Saliga being the 4th generation owner-operator. 100 years. Opened in South City, same building since 1927. You can take that to the bank because the credibility test has been passed for 100 years straight. That's a good credibility check, 100 years. My own experience, our own experience, 18, 19 years. Their service is outstanding. They are reliable. We trust them. They don't try to hustle. They don't try to talk you into something. It's the exact opposite. They want to earn your trust. They want to earn your business, and they want to work for it and prove themselves every single time. So you benefit from that because they have a family reputation to uphold, and they're determined to do it. And you will benefit from that. So you need any help at all with the air conditioning, or later on when we get colder, your heating system, you have some problems, some concerns, some questions, get in touch with Saliga Heating and Cooling. The phone number is at SaligaHeatingandCooling.com, SaligaHeatingCooling.com, and you'll be thankful you did because they're the best in town. They're outstanding. It's Saliga Heating and Cooling.
James Beard award-winning chef Kevin Nashin announces The Clydesdale, a Clark Avenue tavern at Ballpark Village, opening August 27th. KMOX is excited for this highly anticipated American tavern, rooted in familiar favorites, elevated through refined technique and premium ingredients. Reservations for The Clydesdale are now open. Book your table and experience a fresh take on tavern dining on one of the most iconic streets in Major League Baseball. For details and reservations, visit stlballparkvillage.com.
Tired of your phone bill constantly going up? Stop the madness with Boost Mobile. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no catches. And that $25 price is locked in forever. Switch to Boost Mobile today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy Friday. Gorgeous weather out there. Going to get even better as the weekend goes on. Dave Murray will be here with us in about 35 minutes or so. Rach, tell me about the dossier.
Yes. So McDonald's built a 515-page dossier on a customer. And, based on his spending habits in the past and his app usage. And as a part of that dossier, they predicted he would never stop eating McDonald's.
Wait, this really happened?
This really happened. So a reporter for Wired, his name is Reese Rogers, decided, I live in California, and in California, I can request whatever information a company has on me. Like, they have to give it to me, right? So I'm going to ask McDonald's. And I don't want to just pick on McDonald's here because I guarantee you this is happening with every fast food app, kind of any app you have, right? They're compiling data on you. But he said, let's see what it's like. Let's see what McDonald's has on me. He received a 515-page report detailing the times he's most likely to go to McDonald's.
That's insane.
The things that are most likely to make him crave McDonald's.
No, wait. Is he just like, okay, we're going to follow this guy, and he's going to tell us what other 47-year-old white men are like, or are they doing this to everybody?
This is an individual's report.
They're doing this to everybody.
This is what this app is able to do, is it predicts your habits as a consumer. So McDonald's estimated that Reese Rogers would visit its restaurants 2.16 times during the next 6 weeks. They predicted he would spend an average of $13.49 per order and spend $29.15 in total. And this is just based on his past spending habits. It also assigned him a customer attrition likelihood of 0, basically meaning he's never going to stop buying McDonald's. Yes. So obviously, these companies are collecting data on you. That's why they have the app.
Yeah, that's why they give you discounts by using the apps.
Right.
Because they're buying that.
But I think this journalist was just a little surprised that it was so in-depth. And the problem is, yeah, you want to know about your customers. You want to know about the DGS audience so we can give them what they want.
Yeah.
But the more you learn and the more you're kind of like covertly getting this information, the more you can influence a customer to make a purchase. And I think we as consumers, we know that, but then when we're faced with how deep it actually goes, it is off-putting and it is kind of scary in some cases. So what Reese Rogers has decided to do is he asked McDonald's to delete all of this stored information, which I guess you can make a request to do that too, that they don't get to just keep it indefinitely. He's also decided, pretty much out of spite, to stop eating there. I think it offended him that they said like he had a zero likelihood of ever stopping eating
Don't tell
McDonald's.
me what not to do.
Yeah, where are you going to go, fatty?
Every other fast food place.
So I'm not sure about here in Missouri, but he lives in California, and in California, customers have the right to request a copy of the personal data that any company holds about them. But you don't just go to McDonald's and say, like, give me my dossier, give me my report. Like, you have to go through the app, and it's going to take a while for them to compile this data and give it to you. But I'm thinking pretty much anyone can ask for this.
I'm not sure which would be more shameful to me, to have my McDonald's history or Pornhub history. There's probably some overlap there.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Venn
that
diagram.
I gotta have like a whole data center.
There's also
devoted to me.
Think of the water you're using.
I know.
Andrew's eating up all the electricity.
I do think there's something about the fact that it's fast food that really puts people off. Like, man, I don't need to know that I'm coming in 2 more times in the next 6 weeks. Like, you know how they do like Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year, and it's like, these are the music artists that you listen to the most. Well, there are always these jokes like, oh, they're going to do an Uber Eats Wrapped, and then everyone's going to delete the app out of shame. But like, do you really want to know how much you spent on Uber Eats or on fast food in a given period of time? I don't think any of us actually want to know the answer to that.
What?
Speaking, of course, to the people who use it frequently.
What a time we live in, right? This is nuts. This would have been unthinkable 25, 30 years ago. Just unthinkable.
Yeah.
Well, and it is, I mean, I think a lot of people say, well, it's harmless. They're just compiling data on my eating habits at McDonald's. And yeah, that's, I guess, not a big deal. But they could also do this on way more personal things and influence you to buy way more personal things.
Yeah.
It is funny, though, the way we'll just kind of throw our privacy out the window because it's like, man, the Big Mac is $1 less on the app.
Yeah, I was going to say, give me a $5 discount. You can have my data.
And the app is, I for the longest time, I didn't want to use the apps. I'm like, they don't need my data. They don't need it. And then one day I caved and I was like, yeah, it is. It's way cheaper on the apps. They make it super enticing. Like, this is kind of the way to do it now. It's a much smoother, easier experience when you're going through these apps, but really, is it smoother?
Yeah.
What are you giving up in order for that slightly better experience?
But at least in that case, we do know it, and we're getting something for it. I'm not a big fan of the places that are doing all of this and you don't get any in exchange, and you don't even know that they're doing it. I know when I sign up for an app, they're tracking me. I know it, and I know that the benefit to me is I'm going to save some money here and there. All right, guys, Kevin Wheeler back with you. Let's talk about Game Day Men's Health. You can find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Look, I give the same advice that I took myself. A year ago, I wasn't feeling the way that I wanted to. Workouts were hard. The daily grind was tough. Baseball season, really tough. I get long days and long weeks during baseball season from watching the games, covering the games, and also coaching. And I got into Game Day Men's Health. They did a consultation, took an hour. Actually, it took less than that. I think it was like 45 minutes. That included a full blood test, a consultation, like how you feeling? What do you want to feel like? What do you remember feeling like before? And at the end of that, we had a plan that was going to make it work. My numbers were down on testosterone. Now they're where they belong, and I feel like I did 10, 15 years ago. My body works that way. I recover better from workouts. I feel better every day. You can have that same result. Whether that's the treatment or not that gets there, I don't know. You'll find out when you get into Game Day Men's Health. Maybe it's TRT. Maybe you have an interest in medical weight loss. They've got great options there, great prices because they have their own pharmacy. If you're looking at peptides, ED treatments, you name it. They've got great solutions for a lot of problems. You don't need to just deal with it. And you'll get a plan that is yours, individualized, put together by medical professionals. It's not the same one that I'll have. And that's the beauty of it. This customization really is what helps it work. So if you're not feeling right, go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Set up that initial consultation. When you're in there, tell them that you heard Kevin Wheeler talking about it on KMOX. They'll knock $50 off your first purchase. You'll get a free vitamin B12 shot as well. It's GameDayMen'sHealth.com so you can get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
Every step matters. That's why Steve All and the entire team at the All Financial Group have signed up to walk and fundraise for the St. Jude Walk on September 12th. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. And here's what makes them truly remarkable. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude, so parents can focus on one thing, and one thing only, their child. We want you to be a part of this. You can join our team and walk with us on September 12th or simply make a donation. And here's the good news. Steve will personally match every dollar you give up to $1,000. To donate or to register to walk with the All Financial Group, visit steveall.com. That's steveaul.com. Or call 636-230-8824 for more information. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, a registered investment advisor. All Financial Group LLC is not affiliated with St. Jude's Research Hospital and does not accept or collect donations on their behalf.
Most of the things that I sell to you, and let's just call it what it is, that's what I'm doing, the live endorsements, we're all trying to sell you a product or service, are things that most people can use most of the time. Then I have a few of my live clients, like Dr. Corey Solman, that most people can't use them most of the time. But when you need them, it's really important. Very few of you are going to be like, oh my God, if I don't get a Capital Grille steak, I don't know what I'm going to do. But if your little 12-year-old soccer player goes down in tears and has torn an ACL or an MCL, then it's everything in the world to you. If you trust me at all, trust that all the doctors I know have great respect for Dr. Corey Soman, orthopedic surgeon. He's at Midwest Orthopedic and Spine Specialist now out in Chesterfield. He is a great guy. You're going to like him. You're going to feel comfortable with him. He has a great bedside manner for kids and elderly people so that he can take something difficult and scary and complicated like a knee replacement and he can make it okay. He's not going to powder sugar it for you. He's going to make sure you know what the rehab's going to be like and what's going to happen in the OR, but he's going to make it palatable so that you can get through it. He's there for you after the surgeries, and he'll help you to avoid surgery if at all possible. He's not a cutter where, well, I'm going to make an extra X thousands of dollars if I do surgery as opposed to rehab or physical therapy. So I can't say enough good things about Corey. 636-231-5881 or SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3:01, we have partly sunny skies, 87 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina in for Michael Calhoun. Health officials in Minnesota and Wisconsin are now warning consumers of potentially contaminated alfalfa sprouts. We get the latest from ABC's Yuri Ben-Anjad.
Both states reporting at least 41 illnesses so far. It remains unclear if other states may also be affected. The sprouts come from Everything Sprouts, a Minnesota grower. The FDA had previously warned the company last year after finding insanitary conditions at their facility. Health officials saying the product should not be eaten and thrown away. Yuri Ben-Anjad, ABC News, New York.
In a one-page, two-sentence order, Supreme Court Justice Chief Justice John Roberts says construction of President Trump's $400 million White House ballroom project can move forward, at least for now.
This administrative stay simply says that everything is on pause pending further order of the Chief Justice or of the Supreme Court as a whole, which basically means that construction can continue until the justices say otherwise.
That's ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Another Missouri county decides to get rid of its flock cameras. The Pulaski County Sheriff says they will not be renewing their contract with Flock and will not replace it with any other similar program. He says it protects and respects constitutional rights and individual liberties. The sheriff also says it was never misused, as it has been in St. Charles County, but that the community has reached out and expressed privacy concerns. The contract runs right on through October. And at 3:02, we're waiting for an index. Little check here with the St. Louis Business Index. Let's see who we have. Yeah, let's just go right to them and see what's happening.
Thanks, Maria. This is Bob Beckman at Stifel. We ended the week with all major markets up. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 517 at 53,276. The S&P up 33.14 at 76.74. The NASDAQ up 144 at 26,211. For the St. Louis Business Index, up 394 at 1710. And for biggest gainers, Polaris up 73 cents at 1362. Edgewell up 101 at 2857. And for the biggest decliners, Spire down 238 at 8092. And Ameren down 266 at 106.13. Finally, Stifel Financial up 108 at 8096. This has been Bob Beckman, Senior Vice President of Investments with Stifel, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For additional information on Stifel, visit our website at stifel.com.
Thank you, Bob. Let's get a check of traffic right now. We do have some problems out there. It looks like for southbound 270 drivers before Doherty Ferry, the right lane is closed. That's because of a stalled vehicle. Westbound 70 past 141, the three middle lanes are closed, and that's due to debris in the roadway. They're trying to get that cleared now. And eastbound 70 at 5th Street, still on the right shoulder. It looks like they might be working with some earlier debris. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray has our forecast.
For late August, what a great weather pattern, all thanks to the northwest flow. Plenty of sunshine going through our Friday afternoon. We should peak at about 88, so a little bit warmer than yesterday. Tonight, partly to mostly clear. A very weak cool front comes by towards morning. Maybe a spot thunderstorm, but really tough to find. Not much moisture to work with. 69. Saturday, a spot morning thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly sunny at 86. 65 on Saturday night. Sunday, sunny and perfect, 83. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is 86 degrees in St. Peters, 87 in Florissant, and downtown at the Arch, it's 87 degrees. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday. Every Friday at 3 p.m., Alvin Reed from Donnybrook is with us. Good to see you, my pal.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's our birthday looking?
Oh, it's looking great.
Good.
It's looking great. Like I say, I'm going to Lawrence for the game Friday. Hang out on Saturday. I might play golf over there on Saturday. And see what I can get into.
Okay. I'm about 50-50 for a trip to KU.
All right.
The girl just may say, hey, for your birthday, you get to not come visit.
You get to not come, right.
I'm a senior now, and I'm drinking.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, and you know, it's early September. That's like, you know, I just saw you. Why are you here?
Yeah. So Rach just did a story, maybe you heard it driving in, that McDonald's had a 500-page dossier on one of their app users and had it down to like decimal points of how many Big Macs he's going to buy and that kind of stuff. We're also seeing this outcry against the flock cameras.
Yeah.
And you can ask pretty much anybody, and they hate AI. Remember when we were younger and there's that Apple ad where the guy throws the sledgehammer and it hits the screen and it blows it up and all that?
Yeah.
Do you think we're beginning to see a movement like that, especially from the younger generation of like, hey, we didn't build this stuff, but we're telling you no.
Okay, I think so. And part of that, I found it interesting that young people drink less. I would have thought every generation drank
Just keep
more.
drinking more.
I literally would. So that kind of threw me for a loop. So if they are pulling themselves away from some of this, I think it's might be just kind of a natural reaction. Because we think that because you were born into it and we weren't, then there will always be, a part of, like a major part of their lives. But maybe those that were born into it, but, we're never maybe we're immersed in it, but at the same time, maybe they say like enough is enough. Now, I don't have a problem with the flock cameras. The license plate readers and whatnot, because I don't think that necessarily they're even about, catching bad people doing things. I think it's more a case of, somebody who is wanted for a serious crime is connected with this vehicle. And that's all they want. I don't worry about them.
Oh, I hate flock.
Well, why?
Well, here's an example. St. Charles County just had to shut it down.
I know, but
because a guy that worked for the county
Yeah.
was using it for his own personal, non-professional. Well, the fact that that's even possible is a problem.
But the thing is that you shut down the entire program because you got one nut job out there?
If that's just one, that's not the only one. And if it's just him, that doesn't mean. I mean, if one person can abuse it like that, then it shouldn't be there until we can fix that.
Okay, but Kevin, all right,
why are you tracking everybody that doesn't do that? You have nothing. Like there've been all these reports from across the country on flock. I saw a video of a woman yesterday. Cops showed up to her house and accused her of being a porch pirate. Said that they had her on flock cameras stealing stuff, and she showed her geolocation. She was nowhere in the area.
But that's on the police.
No, but you can't get. But the flock system is what's getting it wrong, and the police are getting the information from flock, and now they're going to people that did nothing wrong, and threatening to arrest them.
Okay, all right.
We can't have that.
All right. Well, Sarah is on your side. Sarah Fitzky's on your side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, look, I just don't think it's that huge a deal.
You just can't surveil Americans without warrants. Like it's literally like
you're not surveilling Americans.
No, but you're taking my information, and you can go and say, what's his license plate number? Where's he been the last 24 hours? I've done nothing wrong. You have no warrant to be able to look and see where I'm been or where I'm going. That's a line we shouldn't cross.
Okay. All right. Okay. Notorious dope house. All right. And we want to say, like, well, who's coming and going from the dope house? We shouldn't use that.
You should have to have police that are there surveilling the dope house and seeing for themselves what's doing, rather than gaining information on literally millions of people that are doing nothing wrong.
Okay.
So are you saying like we need to get rid of the Ring cameras and
different to me? Well, first of all, we shouldn't have to get rid of them, but they also shouldn't be able to go and use that information without permission.
But they do.
I know, and they shouldn't.
But that you've got to safeguard us from that. But that doesn't mean I think you have to eliminate the entire program. By the way, when you drive on the highway, you cross a camera probably about every 3 or 4 miles.
That's
fine.
fine.
Why is that fine?
It's not. Well, I mean, it's fine in the sense of what are we doing with it? In this case, you have a private company. A private company gathering information and then feeding that to law enforcement without warrants. You need to have a warrant to search me to find out where I'm going. You can't just compile my information on everything, and then we have a crime in the vicinity. Okay, let's go look and see who's there.
Can I say something parenthetically? All right. I don't want to slow this down. If Wheeler is ever on Donnybrook He will either be on every week after that.
No, it'd be once and
never,
No, it would be one and done.
Never invited back again.
It'd be one and done.
He would be fine.
I don't fit the vibe. I'm a little too loud.
He would be fine. He would be fine.
I'm a little surprised that St. Charles County's response to this incident of the police officer abusing the flock cameras, because that's what he was doing. He was abusing them, using them in the way they shouldn't be used. I was surprised that they were just like, all right, we're getting rid of them.
I was too, right?
It seems like quite a leap.
Well, I'm not sure that they're permanently doing it.
Okay,
I think
especially
they're
for
shutting
sending them.
Well, they said they were shutting it down.
Yeah, I think they're shutting it down for now. That would be my guess. Probably because they want to avoid being sued. Because if you've got this happening, that's a lawsuit. And there's a reason that's a lawsuit, because it's an abuse of power. We're not supposed to be a surveillance state.
Okay. Wheels back in the day, newspaper work. Okay. Every now and then you could ask the police, would you run somebody's license plate?
And what would happen if you got caught doing that?
Well, I mean,
what would happen to that officer if he got caught giving you that information?
Well, back then, probably nothing. But
no, but I mean,
I'm not
like,
what was? I'm not saying that was right.
What's the actual punishment though for doing that?
I wouldn't.
It's illegal.
Yes, that would be illegal.
Yeah.
Yes. So I agree.
So that officer should not have ever given that information to someone.
All right. Okay.
And the difference here is it's being collected without purpose or cause. It's just general collection of data.
Okay.
I mean, isn't
but
that
I just for some reason I just can't get as alarmed about this as
I mean, this stuff's only existed for.
And I'm a First Amendment.
I think Flock is a scapegoat. Like the company itself is just like, oh, the Flock cameras. Like you realize there are cameras everywhere recording you constantly.
It's not just Flock. They are the prime example now of this stuff happening without anyone's permission, and it is illegal to gather my information if you do not have probable cause.
I agree with you.
Well, then why are we allowing it?
Because I don't think it's the same thing.
It is. The difference. The reason Flock is at the center of this and not just a Ring camera or the highway patrol, not the highway patrol, the MoDOT cameras that are out there. The difference here is Flock feeds specifically to law enforcement. Specifically to law enforcement. So now law enforcement has access to all of this information without warrants. Not MoDOT. MoDOT's just looking for accidents. That's all they're, and then they can go back after the fact if there's a problem.
But they also track you. Like, in other words, MoDOT or whoever does those cameras will know that I traveled from St. Louis to Kansas City.
Are they running software that compiles every single license plate?
I know this, that if I shot a high-ranking official and I got in my car and drove to Kansas City, I would cross one of those cameras and say, like, the suspected assailant is
what they would have to do is go back to the video, the law enforcement, and find and track you that way, as opposed to just going to a system that's going to go, this license plate went here, and here.
But I think they probably do that.
Yeah. How do you think they caught Luigi Mangione?
Yeah.
Do you really think the McDonald's worker was like, there's a weird guy? Like, come on. They were tracking him for days through cameras like this.
Sure, not like this.
Yes, like this.
It's not like this when you're specifically saying this is for a law enforcement purpose and they don't have a warrant. It's one thing if law enforcement goes to a private company after the fact and says, hey, can you let us see your security footage? We need to track this guy. That's a different thing. It's about the process. The process is what protects innocent people. The process is what protects them.
Okay, where were you at on red light cameras and speeding? You're caught speeding on a camera, and they mail you a ticket.
Basically the same thing.
See, I think that's unconstitutional. Okay.
So then why is this different?
Because I don't think that they're necessarily targeting anybody specifically. It's just if they need to find a license plate where it is, they can gather that information.
It's literally the same thing.
I don't think. I just disagree.
Because you can see that my car's there. Can you prove that I'm there?
No, but what they're looking for is at least the car.
Sure. That's the same thing that the red light camera's doing. But the red light camera, the speeding cameras are saying.
But the red light camera and the speeding camera are judge, jury, executioner. They send me a ticket. They said, like,
but
you're
you can
guilty.
contest it.
I realize that, but I shouldn't have to contest it. I need a jury of my peers, but you already said I was guilty. You sent me the ticket.
Well, you're already being tracked the same way for something you're not doing wrong.
But that's it. But if I'm not doing anything wrong.
But in this case, you did do something wrong.
I have a question.
In the
Alvin,
red light camera case.
Is it that?
No, well, yes and no.
Is
All
it
right,
that you are just not as bothered as Kevin is, or do you think it's a good thing?
I think it's a good thing, but the key to it is I'm not as bothered as Kevin is, because Kevin, you are right that I am being not hypocritical, but I'm kind of North and South Pole. How can I not stand the red light cameras, but this doesn't bother me? I don't have an explanation for that. I don't.
Well, I mean, that's kind of that's like the whole deal, right? It's like if one of those things is a problem, to me, the other one is too.
Well, I think Alvin just actually explained it himself. You said because you're automatically getting a ticket. It's like, well, you're guilty.
Right.
There you
but
go.
You
it's
can
done. Whole
contest
thing's
that.
done.
But
Yeah,
I
but
shouldn't
they
have
went
to
through
I
the whole
should never
process.
have a police officer show up at my door.
But I'm not saying that's right, man.
But it's happening all over the country, and this stuff is brand new. What do you think is going to happen over time? It's going to keep happening. There were people pulled over with guns drawn on them, thinking they were a stolen car, and it was just a family in their normal car. They thought the license plate from a motorcycle was this car that they pulled over. They had kids in the car, and they had people pulling guns on them.
But that's horrendous police work. That's not
right. But when you feed them bad information, they're going to make bad decisions, because Flock is run by AI.
Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling so loud? Let's just take it down a notch.
I don't understand why we're taking an automated system that is making mistakes day after day, sending police officers to people who did nothing wrong, and also leaving it open to, I mean, how long has Flock even been out? And already there's a guy who had to resign in St. Charles County for misusing it.
Because he's a creep. But that doesn't
You
mean
think he's
that,
the only one?
Well, but I don't think we could shut down any necessarily good, bad program just because one degenerate is out there.
So why is it good that the 99% of people that are not committing crimes are now all of a sudden drawn into this because of the 1% that are?
But the police will tell you, we know where the stolen goods are. We know where the drugs are. Now, we can't just go kick the door in without a warrant, but they know this information.
Okay.
So just like they would say, like, okay, we know we could find out where anybody was in the wherever at any time. But that's no good to us because those people aren't committing any crimes.
So gathering information on millions of innocent people is justifying catching the few?
But I'm just saying, all it is just a license reader, and why would you want that information anyway? They're not really requesting it. If somebody,
it's a way of tracking anyone, anywhere, anytime, automated. Are you free if you're always being tracked?
I think we're always being tracked anyway.
Yeah, isn't your phone tracking you?
Your phone is tracking you.
I mean,
but it's not feeding to the police. It's not feeding to the government, to the state, to the city. It's not feeding to that.
Okay, now, this is going to sound conspiracy theory-ish, if that's a word, and I'm not really crackpot, but I think they do have access to that information.
Well, again, that's illegal. It's illegal to spy on Americans.
I think AT&T, I think Verizon, I think T-Mobile.
Because it is
they
now,
would never admit it, but if push came to shove, they'll give you up in a second.
There has to be a request or a warrant. They can't. They don't just give it to everybody off the top. You're not like, hey guys, here's our monthly data to go take it and sort through it.
I can't guarantee you they don't do that.
Well, again, if they got caught doing it, what is it?
So that would be in trouble.
It's highly illegal.
Okay, all right.
So Kevin,
Right?
I have a question. What would be the difference then to you? Like, say the McDonald's app, right? What would be the difference to you? Because you said last segment that you're fine with the dossier, collecting the data, all that stuff. You say that the police don't have access to it. They have to have a warrant. They have to ask for it. McDonald's is never going to withhold that information. So what's the difference here if all the police have to do is go, hey, McDonald's, can we see the Kevin file? And they give them the Kevin file.
Because how's that any different? Because you're supposed to be presenting probable cause to be seeking that information, which is the point of a warrant.
I guarantee you, if any police department ever asked McDonald's for information about you, McDonald's is not going to demand probable cause and a legal warrant. I can promise you,
if they do something that hurts me and I didn't do anything wrong, I'm suing and winning.
Okay, but
because you violated my rights.
But that's
you're not winning.
That's an everyday police law enforcement thing that they're always faced with problems, sometimes created on their own, sometimes not, where they face lawsuits. And I think that, okay, if whoever this guy in St. Charles was after stalking, whatever, sues, and they have to settle. To me, that's not Flock's fault. That's the police officer's fault.
Yeah.
Right, but why are we giving people this kind of tool without the warrant, without the probable cause to have it?
Well, why are we giving people the internet? Well, now they can do all kind of just insidious, horrible
They're not
things.
law enforcement. And by the way, again, they get in trouble for using those things. If you're doing illegal things online and you get caught, you're going to get prosecuted.
Well, and same thing. If you misuse the Flock information, you should be caught and you should be prosecuted.
But using it, period, is misuse because you are gathering without probable cause.
Okay. All right. I hear what you're saying, but I think that I just don't feel as though that that the probable cause need fits this bill for just a license reader.
Yeah, are you saying that any jurisdiction that's using Flock is currently breaking the law?
I'm saying the whole concept goes against what the legal system stands as our protections. We are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. They have approached people who have done nothing wrong.
But those are mistakes. That's the same as that happens. People get arrested and they're down there and say, I have no idea what you robbed. You robbed a 7-Eleven. I said, I didn't. What? Well, you fit the description, or your car was seen, and you'll say, I didn't rob the 7-Eleven. And then they'll arrest the right guy.
Well, I mean, you guys know the old cliche, right? If you're willing to give up your liberty for security, you have neither.
You have neither. Okay. I got you.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, you'll hear true stories that will intrigue you, inspire you, and make you laugh.
He said, is there anything in your diet that might be spiking your blood sugar? I said, sometimes I eat pizza until I'm unconscious. He said, I think that might be it.
For real stories live on stage from comedians, astronauts, accountants, farmers, and people just like you, follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
I'm tempted to do my live endorsement from Michael's Baths with the same energy that Kevin Wheeler has when he's arguing. Are you just stupid that you're going to go with Bath Fitter? What's wrong with you? Michael's Baths has absolutely, we've benefited from Bath Fitter, 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, plowing the ground the last 10 years, doing all the national advertising, teaching us consumers that you can remodel your bathroom and not have to hire a general contractor. You can just hire just a bathroom remodeler. And Mike has been very smart about coming into this business about 10 years ago, making it local, making it better, making it more agile. Not being beholden to regional managers or national managers, not having to raise your prices because you have to kick in on the national advertising. It's been very fortuitous, and he has definitely grabbed the reins of this horse and is riding it as fast as he can. He is great at what he does. He is in charge of everything he does. He recruits and hires and trains all of his own people. Most, if not all, of the salespeople that you'll talk to were installers, so they actually understand the process. He's better at it, and he's up to 50% less expensive on an average job than the national companies. So it's win-win all the way across. If you're a disabled veteran, you can get a bathroom remodel for no money out of your pocket because of a VA benefit. Mike understands this backwards and forwards, does them every week, and he can walk you through it. 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
When my wife and I got married after both graduating law school, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Ultima had to give me her gas card just to drive home. We never could have imagined that one day we would have the largest injury firm in the world and $25 billion in money collected and counting. As good Catholics, we had 4 children fast. They all work in the firm today. Our family protecting yours. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. But our greatest gift was years away, grandchildren. Today we have 6 and counting. It's the greatest joy that we have ever experienced. I think about them all day long. Our family promises to protect your family should you need us. Call us. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com and make sure you hug your grandchildren. God's final gift to us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back. DGS, just about a minute here. Alvin, it's all yours if you want it.
Well, having a great time out at Belle Reve. Thank all the people. I'm credentialed, but, it isn't like I'd be hanging at Belle Reve. But, Rich, real quick, what do the people say about this flat camera? Are you getting texts or whatever?
A lot of people are commenting on the stream, and it does, people do seem to kind of agree with Wheels. The cases of abuse, I think, have people feeling reluctant about this type of thing.
I think just this year there have already been 46 cases of abuse to stalk women, to stalk exes, to do this kind of stuff.
But I'm not trying to argue for the surveillance state at all. I'm just saying these are people who are going to abuse any system that's in front of them. They're not saying the flock cameras, I just can't resist. They would be running plates on another system if it existed.
Then they can do that.
Right. So, but then what I'm saying is throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Just as we talked about earlier, right? We saw the school that sent out the was it Arkansas?
It was Kentucky. They sent out the AI
school
educational
and AI
packet.
generated thing. How sucky was that?
It's terrible.
This is run by AI and it's making mistakes nonstop. It's not like AI right now is good enough to be precise to where we're not screwing over innocent people.
All right. I'll let you have the last word on that because that is true. The whole fright of AI messing up is a real thing.
If they get it down to where it's not making mistakes, we can have a different conversation. But the fact that AI itself makes ridiculous mistakes because it only knows what it's fed.
But just you're saying Sarah Finsky's against it.
Oh, totally.
Okay, then so much.
She's
hat tip, Sarah.
The Cardinals' conversation doesn't end when the game does. Watch the Gas House Game, Redbird Rush Hour, Sports Open Line, and sports on a Sunday morning whenever and wherever you want. Plus, exclusive conversations with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol, president of baseball operations Chaim Bloom, players, broadcasters, and baseball insiders. Subscribe today to the KMOX Sports YouTube channel because Cardinals fans deserve a front row seat.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Hi, I'm
Tommy Mello, CEO of Don's Garage Doors. You change the oil in your car, you service your air conditioner, your garage door deserves the same attention. A simple tune-up catches worn parts before they fail, keeps everything running quietly, and can add years of life to your system. Garage doors usually warn you before they break. We're here to help before that happens. Call Don's today for our $29.95 tune-up special.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Remind you guys again that I can't solve all your problems today, but I can solve a couple of them. And one of them I can solve definitely is any sort of a tree problem you have at all. I will not miss one wink of sleep telling you about my friend Ben Barnett at Timberline Professional Tree Care. If you have a tree that comes down during a storm or a big limb, or if you love your trees, but you notice that your favorite is losing its leaves in July and not October, and you don't know nothing about trees because who does? These are the guys who you call. Ben personally is a certified master arborist. That's as high as you can get on that scale. He has 7 other certified arborists on his staff. There will be one for every job. So whatever it is that your problem is, planting trees, taking trees out, removing a stump, diagnosing what's going on with your trees, your bushes, your shrubs, a certified arborist will be there to help you out. STLTreecare.com for Ben Barnett at Timberline.
Jerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost covered the 3 key pillars of retirement planning: income, risk, and your tax strategy. Join us for Kickin' with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement, every Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on KMOX.
Looking for something new? Lombardo Homes is excited to introduce 2 brand new opportunities in St. Charles County. Discover Crooked Creek at Cottleville Trails, featuring stylish new townhomes from the high 300s and access to incredible amenities that make Cottleville Trails one of the area's most sought-after communities. Or find the space you've been dreaming of at South Point Estates, where expansive 3+ acre home sites and top-rated Wentzville schools create the perfect setting for your custom dream home. Visit LombardoHomes.com to learn more about these exciting new communities.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got some jammed up traffic right now on westbound Highway 70. First of all, we had an incident, I believe, at Lindbergh. There's a jam back almost at Air Flight to Lindbergh on westbound 70, and then you're jammed again approaching 270 out to the Blanchette Bridge. We've had a gravel spill. They're trying to clean up. The 2 right lanes are shut down westbound 70 right as you get on the Blanchette Bridge. And of course, that's jamming the 270 ramps. Southbound backed up through the Rock Road. Northbound, the right lanes backed up through McKelvey. Westbound 370, back up at the Mills, and then it's slow from there out to the Discovery Bridge on a Friday. By the way, out to the west, westbound 70 from A to Z and Wentzville's heavy, and there's slow stuff right around David Hokel Parkway, and eastbound 70 is kind of busy coming into Forestell. Westbound 64, you've got slow traffic from the Science Center headed out through McCausland, and it jams at Lake St. Louis Boulevard. Eastbound 64 Mason into 270, south 170 delays at Ladue, south 170 delays at Ladue, south 270, south of 364, all the way down to Doherty Ferry. Slow southbound 55, Butler Hill down to Merrimack Bottom, south of M, midway down to Z. Eastbound 5570 jams Exchange past 203. Eastbound 64 backs up east of 157 to 159. Westbound 64 midway from 159 to 157 is jammed to 255. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
today. The Cards, the Phillies.
Emeren Total Access 445. First pitch 540.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Salika Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
We're about to talk to Dave Murray, and that's sponsored by Ricken Financial.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday. Dave Murray joins us. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great. I don't know if you've watched any of the BMW Classic on TV yet. The core, it looks like Augusta National.
Did you
No,
win?
not yet. Not yet. I played early this morning. That's why I'm here. I'm plus 73. I don't think I'm going to make the cut.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Looks
Man,
gorgeous.
It really does.
Really represents St. Louis well.
To your knowledge, Dave, is that partly because of the way that we've had weather here the last few weeks?
Yes.
Because it
Yes.
hasn't
Now,
been super hot. We did get some rain.
We've had a fair amount of rain consistently, not all at once. So the moisture, obviously a golf course can control that.
Right.
But we haven't had a lot of super heat. We've had some heat, but one of the reasons I think the rough is so thick is because of the heat that we've had. But the weather has had a lot to do with it. I'm not using that as the sole excuse because the grounds crew out there will have it looking fantastic no matter what.
Yeah.
It's 1 week till the fall forecast, by the way.
Yeah.
Week from
That's
today.
right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
Thank you, Rachel.
It's exciting.
Yes. I was doing some show prep earlier, and something fall related came up, and I thought, I am so excited for fall.
Me
and we are
too.
only a week away from that.
And
forecast.
Me too.
I have it all put together.
Nice.
It's not final yet, but it's down on paper, and I am sure in the course of the next week there'll be some little tweaking that goes on. 'Cause you know what I like to do.
Almost as excited about that as I am the fact that Rach is going to make me one of her special ice cream cakes for my birthday cake.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can I tell him your quote just now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kevin goes, maybe this is your thing. Maybe you're going to be like an ice cream cake princess. And she goes, well, I will say, I seem to have a talent for making fat ass treats.
I think I have a knack for it. I think I have my finger
Rachel,
on the pulse.
Limit the candles because it is a birthday cake. You put the right number on it, it might melt right away.
That's true.
Yeah,
it
that's
won't
true.
it won't be around very long. I ask again, why isn't every birthday cake an ice cream cake? Like, I've eaten maybe 3 in my life. That's silly.
Only 3 ice cream cakes?
I bet I've only had 3 ice cream cakes in my life.
I bet they were all
on.
from Dairy Queen, too.
Oh, for sure.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
You know what? I think one of the reasons is, you're probably not going to eat the whole cake on your birthday.
Right.
Mhm.
You've got to keep it in the freezer.
Yeah.
After you eat some of it, you got to go back in the freezer, and you may not have room for those things.
Yeah,
That
could
is
be.
Some of
true.
those can be big.
And that is going to provide a bit of a challenge for our cake here at work. I'm going to have to make sure that the freezer is cleaned out.
We have the front freezer too, though,
Okay.
just in case you need an extra one.
Yeah, our
It's all
freezers here
stinky.
can get a little
It's all
funky,
stinky.
a little dexterous.
Yeah, they're a little. Yeah.
But yeah, I had never
Sometimes
had.
a little cloud pops out when
I
you
feel
open
like
it.
I feel like my sister-in-law made a homemade ice cream cake a few years ago, and I was like, "What? You can do that?"
Right.
Like, it just never
Yeah.
crossed my
I think
mind.
it's illegal.
And look what it spawned.
They let you?
Rach's new career.
Yeah, I've got.
There you go. Can you make
Or side
Fudgy the
hustle,
Whale?
maybe.
Fudgy the Whale, Tom
Yeah,
Carvel.
Carvel, that's right.
Did you
Then
know
you're
Tom Carvel
mastering cakes.
No.
in Michigan? We didn't have him here either. I just know him
No.
from the Patton Oswalt bit he
Oh.
does.
We had Carvel cakes. Is that what that is?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Fudgy
Okay.
Yeah,
the Whale,
yeah.
which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Santa
They
Claus
tried-
turned upside down.
You know what? They tried a Carvel at the airport a long time ago,
Really?
but it was kind of tucked away. I don't think people saw it that very often. Didn't last very long.
Interesting.
But Carvel, ooh.
So, Dave, as I understand it, the weekend just gets better weather-wise, right?
Yeah, it's perfect. Today is, I think we're about 88 right now, but the dew point's 63. It's very comfortable. A weak little front's going to come through almost towards morning. It's not going to do much of anything other than reinforce the northwest flow. I'm going to keep a chance of a spot thunderstorm in that 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. range on Saturday. If 5 people saw it, that'd probably be about it. Otherwise, perfect. It's 86 tomorrow, comfortable humidity, 65 Saturday night, Sunday, 83 for the high, 64 Sunday night, and 84 again on Monday.
Boy,
it's
it's
going to
nice.
continue into probably
Nice
Tuesday,
getting down
Wednesday.
into the 60s at night again. Ooh, that makes a difference.
And low humidity too.
Excellent. Rachel, what do you want to do? We want to do flashback? You want to do headlines?
Well, we have to do headlines because remember I left flashback in the office.
Oh, that's right.
And I can't do that one off the top of my head. Let's do some headlines. Toyota is on the brink of a major milestone when it comes to U.S. sales. They're on track to possibly end GM's century-long reign as #1 in U.S. auto sales. This is
Who
according
is?
to the Wall Street Journal. Toyota.
Wow.
The reason seems to be Toyota has all these different models and there's just more options. Like you can still get like a little sedan.
Toyota's good company.
GM is prioritizing profit over sales volume. So they're putting out like trucks like the Silverado, SUVs, and luxury vehicles. And that's how they're making their money. But Toyota's able to fill in the gaps as far as like what someone like me is going to buy.
They've all been cutting back on sedans, like the big ones, right? I mean,
I believe
they've
so,
been going
yeah.
more
for
towards
sure.
SUVs and trucks. And
I would love a 4Runner. I love those, but I'm not that guy. Like, I have a hard time. Like, I bought a 2018 Jeep. My payment's like $540. I could probably afford it, but it hits my gag reflex.
I get you.
I'm just not there.
So we'll see. I mean, it's not like guaranteed that they're going to outpace GM, but they're in striking distance for like the first time ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dave, what's your reasonable dream car?
I actually just got it today.
Shut up.
While you were
I
golfing?
did, just like 3 hours ago. After I finished the 18, I had to go pick up the car.
What'd you get?
I got a full-size Ford Bronco.
Very
cool.
The Heritage Edition. So
Very
it's
nice.
the throwback.
Yeah.
And I love it.
You
I
love it? Good.
Dave said, whatever OJ drove, get me that car. As authentic as possible.
I think Dave's on mute.
Yeah, we lost Dave's mic.
Oh, no, I accidentally turned it off.
There you go.
there
We're
you go.
good.
There you go.
Okay.
So sorry.
No, it doesn't look anything like that Bronco.
You didn't have a friend driving you around in it?
What if they made the OJ
edition?
Bronco?
Sadly, it would probably sell
It
out.
would
It probably
sell
would.
like crazy.
Yeah? We're that sick?
Oh, yes. I don't even know if
And
it's
on the
necessarily sick as much as it is like, it's a novelty, you know?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
it
has to
is.
be white. And down the side, it has to have printed "Run, OJ, Run."
Man, oh man. That's probably my generation's JFK. That and 9/11. We all knew exactly where we were watching that thing go down.
Yeah.
And as we've discussed before with Dave, it changed the news
Yep. Yeah, it really did.
forever.
Okay, we kind of ran out of time. Would you guys like to hear the story that got me thinking about fall and therefore next week's fall forecast? It's a fast food stories. Pizza Hut's name is getting a little shorter this fall. In order of football, they're going to be going by Hut.
I hate names like
Didn't
that.
they start that?
Upset you.
I thought they started that last year with Brady. Didn't Brady do a spot? Hut, 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 hut.
Not that I
don't
remember.
know.
It very well could be, but I don't remember seeing it. But they starting with the kickoff of the 2026 NFL season for 25 weeks. They're going as Hut.
Do I just hate that because I'm old? Or maybe it's because I'm in marketing and I know the value of a 60-year-old name like Pizza Hut.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Why would
they'll
they
just
change
put it on the boxes and stuff.
Yeah. I'm just now all I'm thinking about is Spaceballs. Pizza the Hut.
I think it'll do well for them. Papa John's, I don't know if they still do it, but for a while there they had a football-shaped pizza.
Remember that?
I wanted it so bad. It tastes exactly like
Yeah,
a normal
of
football.
course.
I don't know why I wanted it, but it was shaped like a football, which I don't even watch.
It
And I was like,
also-
I've got to get one of those.
Well, does
also
it
is
taste like a
like a tennis
football?
racket.
It also is like less pizza. Like they're cutting
Yes,
off corners
exactly.
to turn it into
Yeah.
a
But I was
football
like, I
shape.
simply must have this.
So I had the same thing with the heart-shaped pizza, and I saw somebody online like kind of reshape the heart-shaped pizza. It's like half, 60% of a regular lunch pizza.
They're like, we're going to fool these dummies. We're going to give them less and charge them the same.
Yep, more.
More.
Dave, good luck in the BMW.
All right. Thanks.
It's 3:46. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, they're still working with this gravel spill. This traffic reports a service of spas and more. It's westbound 70 right as you get on the Blanchette Bridge. They have the right lanes shut down. Westbound 70, you've got an incident at Lindbergh, so you're jammed back through Air Flight to that point, and then you're jammed from the Rock Road out to the Blanchette Bridge. Again, those two right lanes are shut down at the bridge. The left lanes are getting by. The ramp lanes northbound are backed up at McKelvey. South 270, they're backed up at the Rock Road. More people are going 370, so that's a solid jam from the Mills out to 141. Then it's slow to the Discovery Bridge, so trouble going up out west on the north side. Westbound Highway 64, Science Center out to Clayton Skinkers heavy. Lindbergh to Ballas is slow. Clarkson to Topgolf, backed up at Lake St. Louis Boulevard to 70. South 270, busy pockets approaching Olive, down through Doherty Ferry and briefly past 44. South 170 delays at Delmar. Southbound 55, south of Butler Hill to Merrimack Bottom. South of M, midway down to Z. And on the Illinois side, looks like we have a train crossing Route 3 at Monsanto. Southbound is jammed at the Poplar. Northbound is jammed back to Judith. Westbound 64 backs up midway down the hill from 157 through 159 to 157 into 255. Eastbound is heavy in that same stretch, and eastbound 5570 backs up Exchange past 203. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Cam Jansen here. Don't miss the hot tub and swim spa blowout sale this weekend at the St. Charles Convention Center in the South Hall. Over 30 American-made units on display, immediate delivery, and financing available. For more info, call 1-800-SPA-SALE.
St. Louis, are you ready to rock? AC/DC is bringing the Power Up Tour to the Dome at America Center Tuesday, September 8th. Hear legendary hits like Back in Black, Thunderstruck, and Highway to Hell, performed live by one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Don't wait on tickets. They're still available at Ticketmaster.com. AC/DC, the Power Up Tour, Tuesday, September 8th. For more information, go to KMOX.com/events.
Let me tell you guys about Susan L. Ward. She's my very good friend. She used to be a colleague, never a peer, because she was so much better at being a divorce attorney than I ever was. She is a really good person. She's incredibly smart. She's very direct. She can be amazingly aggressive if she needs to be in and out of court, whether it's negotiations or it's trying a case, but that's not her only gear. If what you want her to do is just, look, we've decided to get divorced. We're cooperating. We've come up with our own plan. We just need your expert advice and just to make sure to get us through the system as quickly and peacefully as you can. She would be very happy to do that as well. She has multiple offices, so if you can hear my voice in Missouri, she can represent you. For a free consultation, just simply mention my name when you call, 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
St. Louis isn't just where we play, it's who we are. When the Cardinals take on the Pirates on Friday, August 28th, fans 21 and older can take home an exclusive City Connect quarter zip pullover presented by Budweiser. Inspired by the city we love, this new addition to the City Connect collection is the perfect way to show off your Cardinals pride. Available in medium and extra large while supplies last. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Alec Burleson. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The hottest accessory at Busch Stadium this season is yours on Saturday, August 29th when the Cardinals host the Pirates. That day, fans will take home a stylish, stadium-approved Cardinals purse, courtesy of Edward Jones. From the ballpark to brunch, this is the on-the-go purse you'll be reaching for all season long. And there's only one place to get it, at Busch Stadium on August 29th. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotion.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 352. Happy Friday. Going to be a nice weekend. Be gorgeous. Get out there, have some fun. I work, Andrew, with insane people. These two ice cream drug-addled freaks.
It's been a conversation for how long now, Rach? Like the last 25 minutes?
Yes, literally.
Yeah, these two.
Nonstop. And we're just telling each other flavors we like, and then the other one's like, yeah, that sounds good.
We're just straight up
Rachel's like, I like chocolate with peanut butter in it, and then a Heath bar. And Kevin's like, I put buttons off of a sweater in mine.
I did have a little bit of a Spalding moment from Caddyshack.
Man, oh
like,
man.
I'll take a hot dog. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take cookie dough and the peanut butter cups.
There is no pleasing you people.
Oh, there is. You just got to put more. Just more.
I like me my vanilla with some Hershey syrup on it. I'm good.
Dave keeps it simple, and I'm going to complicate it.
Which team are you on, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably fall on the simpler side.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I miss? I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I miss some Magic Shell.
Oh, it was awful, but I loved it.
Yeah, I hated it.
Loved it.
It's only let me down.
It tastes terrible.
Yes.
No, it's only saved me. It's only lifted me up on angel's wings.
I remember the first time I had it because my dad gave me crap about spending the money on it.
Yep.
And of course I had to eat it because he had spent money on it.
And you're like, it doesn't taste
Whapping
like
it,
anything.
whapping it with the
yeah.
with the spoon.
Oh yeah, I've whapped it with the spoon.
And then you get the big chunks of like fudgy chocolate instead of like little chocolate chips or
it's
whatever.
more of a chocolate-like substance.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like chocolate.
No, it's the cheese whiz of the chocolate family.
Yes.
I want to put Magic Shell on everything.
Magic Shell is the cheese whiz. Yeah.
He's putting Magic Shell on an Italian sub.
I want to put anything cold. I'll put a Magic Shell on my salad.
Yeah, we'll pass.
Do they still make it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they must.
really
Yeah,
good.
they must.
I'm making that up. I don't know. I'm guessing. I think they do.
I think they
Why
just
would they
made it all like.
discontinue it?
I just think they made it all 30 years ago and it never expires.
And help
Yeah.
me remember. Was it a liquid you poured
Yeah,
in
and
and
then
it
it hardens
Then
when
it
it hits the ice
hardened.
cream. Yeah.
It hardened on the cold. So
Yeah.
when it hit so you'd keep it like in the cabinet or whatever. And when it would hit the ice cream, it would start to harden over it, and then it would create a chocolate shell.
It's taking so long to explain it.
Yeah.
No,
That you- that you'd
and
whap
yet
over
I'm
the-
completely
What were,
in.
what were the chemical reactions that were
Made
happening
by-
that made that all work?
Made by Smuckers. 3.3 stars on the Smuckers website.
I didn't have one scintilla of doubt of how it worked. and yet I found myself like really watching him talk and being like, oh, okay.
And I'm like, we got to take a break.
All right. Tell you guys about Zero Res. Every month they're going to have a deal for you. This month, it's 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for $119, and that is clean. Because of the 30-day God Love It guarantee, if we come out and we bust our butt, but you and your spouse and your family are like, I can still smell kitty, we'll come out and we'll do it again, make you happy. That we rarely